The following is a presentation of Yankton Baseball on KYNT, your home team for Yankton Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Hy-Vee, Dakota Beverage, The Boathouse, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, the UPS Store, First Dakota National Bank, Yankton Medical Clinic, FNBO, Avera, Olson's Pest Technicians, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, First Chiropractic Centers, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Dole Distributing, Missouri River Associates, Vision Real Estate, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT&RC Smith Insurance, and Vision Care Associates. Now we go live to the field for Yankton Baseball on KYNT.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Ronken Field on the campus of Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's the Class A Baseball State Tournament. The 4th-seeded Yankton Bucks taking on the 5th-seed Rapid City Stevens Raiders. I'm Brayden Butler, joined by Josh Boelter. You're listening to Yankton Baseball here on KYNT and streaming live on KYN TV. Audio only today. Don't have exclusive video coverage for this is elsewhere, so we can't have video, so we do apologize for that, but thank you for joining us anyway for your audio listen to Yankton Bucks Baseball taking on the Rapid City Stevens Raiders in the opening game, the quarterfinal game for them. First game of the day just wrapped up a few moments ago. The Pierre Governors, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because KCCR's own John Winkler is about 3 feet away from me.
Hi, John.
Pierre did drop their opening game of the state tournament. Their regular season, well, their high school season is done, but Legion season for them, I think first pitch is about a week and a half away. So Wednesday. So yeah, first pitch right around the corner for Pierre. There's not a quick turnaround. There's not much of a turnaround between high school and Legion season, but Pierre did fall to Sioux Falls Jefferson, so the 3-seeded Cavaliers moving on to day 2 of the state tournament. The 6th-seeded Governors fall in day 1. The Bucks come into today's matchup 20-4 on the season as the number 4 overall seed. And I think I've rambled long enough, Josh. I still haven't brought you in yet. I apologize. But as always, joined by Josh Boelter.
I was here. I said hi to John.
we said hi to John.
Hi, guys. Everyone listening. How's everyone doing?
A big thank you to John Winkler, obviously our sister station of KCCR and Pierre, all under the Riverfront Broadcasting umbrella. And we are quite literally, figuratively under his umbrella right now, as he had a tent set up here, and we're having to share a spot here at Ronken Field. There's no space inside the press box. We're out in the elements, and the elements were not kind in game number 1. It's looking like the radar is clear for now. I will knock on wood. We're sitting on a wooden bench, so it's perfect. But we'll see how the weather affects things here in game number 2 between the Yankton Bucks and the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Josh, this is a matchup that we did not see in the regular season. I know a lot of East River, West River, we don't always see those matchups during baseball until you get to the postseason.
Yeah, and anytime you get a 4-5 matchup in a tournament like this, it's always fun. Should expect some good baseball today from two teams that, like you said, didn't get a chance to see each other. And I think there's an advantage to that to both sides where, sometimes when you see an opponent several times, you can kind of adjust to what they do. Meanwhile, you're getting a fresh look, and that can be dangerous. But at the same time, I think there's some pros to it for both sides today.
It should be a fun matchup. We already got handed the lineup cards, Josh, and looks like throwing out the top of the rotation in game number 1 for the Yankton Bucks. It seems like Sam Goki is going to get the start here in the opening game.
Yeah, Yankton going to their top guy early here, and they have a lot of top guys, but Sam Goki has just been incredible. A .583 ERA on the season, leads the team in strikeouts as well with 40, only giving up 3 earned runs this season, and he's making his 6th start of the season. He's tied coming today with 4 other pitchers with 5 apiece, or 3 other pitchers at 5 apiece, but yeah, going to make his 6th start today. And I think obviously with that, Brayden, Drew Lawrence look at this and goes, okay, I want to give this team the best shot we can to get to Saturday. And that's one of those where when you're in a 4-5 matchup, you throw out your best guy and give yourself the best shot you can to try to get to tomorrow.
Those stats for your starter today on the mound are courtesy of Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. I saw Dr. Aaron Fieser here earlier on, so big shout out to Vision Care as he made the trip up here, as a lot of Yankton fans did. I can already see a lot of red in the crowd. Those fans of the game, courtesy of Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or an away game, be sure to fill up at Triple Time Rudy's.
And you mentioned Aaron Fieser. How about his son committing to play college baseball this last week as well?
Yeah, congratulations to him, Easton Fieser and Beck Reichen. Got to give a shout out to him as well. Both on Wednesday, officially signing on with Dakota State. They'll be playing some baseball up in Madison. So good luck to both of them in the future, and congratulations to them.
Yeah, Liam Villanueva as well, who's who's going to be the designated hitter today, going to be punting over at Mount Marty. So 3 guys on this team signing to continue play at the next level. But yeah, so it's going to be a fun one today, as I'm going to say a million times in this shorter pregame that we have. But yeah, congrats to those 3.
Congrats to those 3, and just at this point, run through all 5 of them that committed on Wednesday. Cadence and Cameron Larson both committed to Augustana, so they'll be here for Augustana. Cadence for cheer and Cameron for dance. So congratulations to both of them, twin sisters, now plying their dancing and cheering trade at Augustana University. But that is the 5 signings from earlier this week. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're going to take a quick break, come back in 3 minutes. When we return, we're talking about the starting lineups for this matchup between Yankton and Rapid City Stevens. For Josh Boelter, I'm Brayden Butler. We're back in 3 minutes on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Ready to build your next project, but can't get anyone to show up or even give you a quote? Call John Kopp, owner of Kopp Building Innovations. He will show up and he will make sure you are happy with your project. Trust in Kopp Building Innovations. KBI is an authorized WIC builder offering custom solutions. Whether you need a residential garage, an agricultural pole barn, or a commercial building, we will work with you. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the bar in downtown Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton is a proud supporter of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Hi, this is Whitney Devine. If you're looking for protection that fits your life, call me or Travis. We make coverage simple. Whether it's your home, car, or farm, we take time to understand your needs and find the right plan at the right price. You'll get personal service, trusted advice, and peace of mind knowing we're right here in Yankton. Call Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton today to schedule your appointment.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Neither team's taken infield yet, so I assume at least 18 minutes or so about from first pitch, maybe closer to 20. I think they give each team 10 minutes for their infield time, but we've got plenty of time hopefully before first pitch, because we got a lot to talk about, including your starting lineups today, courtesy of First Chiropractic Center's Making Life Better, one adjustment at a time. Josh, we talked a little earlier on, and Sam Goki is going to get the start on the mound for Yankton. But looking at their batting order, top to bottom, batting leadoff, the shortstop will be Beck Ronken. Sam Goki, the pitcher, will hit for himself, batting second. Easton Fieser will play first base and bat third. Gavin Johnson will bat cleanup and catch for the Bucks. Tate Bestie playing center field will bat fifth. Carter Boozma playing left field will bat sixth. Jackson Kudera will play second base and bat seventh. Liam Villanueva, the designated hitter, will bat eighth, with Simon Kamshoff playing third base and rounding out the order. Playing right field, but not in the lineup for hitting, is Caden Hunoff. So that's your starting lineup today for the Yankton Bucks.
Yeah, and how about that lineup? Something that I think Drew Lawrence has really found comfort in these last 5 or 6 games or so, where Villanueva DH, a lot of times you're batting your pitcher, whether that's Beck or Sam or whoever, and then you have Hunoff out there in right field handling duties out there. I apologize, I was in and out here at the beginning here. I'm doing my news director duties as well. I just found out Dusty Johnson's coming to town Tuesday, so I'm working that, figuring those things out. So I'm pulling double duty here on KYNT today.
You're a man of
I'm
many
wearing
hats.
both hats.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you're a
there we
man of
go.
many hats, Josh. And while you're taking care of that, do you want me to go through Stevens' lineup?
I
or do you
got
have
it. Let's rock
Awesome.
and roll. I am
Who's
here.
starting for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders?
All right, so starting, leading off here and playing over at third base, it's Austin Floor. Batting second out in center field, it's Caden Comparetto. Batting third and playing over at second base today, it's Carter Bragger. Cleanup and playing shortstop, Tucker Waddle. Batting fifth and catching today, it's number 13, Bridger Mez. Batting sixth and playing out in left field, Connor Canavelan. Batting seventh and playing at first base today is Trevor Schlosser. Batting eighth, and the designated hitter is number 32, Isaac Robinson. Batting ninth and playing over in right field today is Liam Unterbrunner. And then handling the pitching duties today, out there today, this afternoon, is Brady Waddle.
And only 10 guys, listed. The only reserve, they don't have any, never mind. I'm seeing at the bottom now. That was Brady Waddell was just listed as the pitcher underneath. That is not the reserves. They do have more than just the 10 guys they brought here, but that was something that was going to be a talking point, but now no longer is for Rapid City Stevens. But should be a fun game today between the Stevens Raiders and the Yankton Bucks. Yankton was in this 4-5 matchup last year. I believe it was the 4-5 matchup. They fell to Sioux Falls Jefferson. They ran into a very, very good pitcher in Solonen from Sioux Falls Jefferson last year, and Pierre can attest. They ran into him again today. Solonen only gave up 3 runs, but it was on a bases-clearing strikeout. And I'm going to describe this play real quick because it was one of the wildest plays I've ever seen in baseball. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Saladin throws a pitch in the dirt. Batter goes to swing at it, goes around enough where it's called strike 3, but the ball gets away from the catcher. Runs down the first base line. Catcher makes an error, throws the ball into right field. 3 runs come to score. The batter who struck out ends up at second.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen anything like that on a baseball diamond. But yeah, it was a crazy play and made things a little tight there at the end where Pierre put themselves right back in the ballgame after being down 5-0. So it really was something I don't think I've ever seen before. And I won't say we'll never see it again, but I like my chances where I think there's a chance I'll probably never see something like that again.
It's like how in Major League Baseball, I don't remember the last time I saw an inside the park home run, and there's been like 7 in a week.
Yeah, it was Brandon Lowe and who else hit one? James Wood. James Wood. Yeah,
inside
Wood
the parkers
one, yeah.
to Brandon Lowe. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But I digress. The Cubs
Shame on the Cardinals.
The Cubs gave up 1 too. So I mean, it is what it is. It's what we do. But I digress. The Cubs currently losing to the Astros last I checked. So not good for the Cubbies. We're going to lose 6 in a row. It's fine. I'm coping well. You're listening to KYNT and KYNTV. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball on the Hy-Vee pregame show. We're going to go back to break. Come back in 3 minutes. Keep things rolling from Ronken Field in Sioux Falls.
The Boathouse in Yankton is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, beanbags, pool, and darts, plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza burgers, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Some say it's the most fun you can have on land, so head to the Boathouse, downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages.
Being wiser means peace of mind, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Peace of mind means knowing the company you call understands that technology and has the experience to get it right. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has been trusted with knowledgeable technicians and a commitment to doing the job right. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser Heating and Cooling in Yankton.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN TV. They're doing some end-of-year awards for Class A baseball, and we already got a Yankton Buck on the award list. They just announced Pitcher of the Year. It is today's starter for the Yankton Bucks in Sam Goki. They're doing a little different this year than they've done in the past. This year, they're doing a Pitcher of the Year, an Offensive Player of the Year, and an Overall Player of the Year. Sam Goki also in the running for Overall Player of the Year. So we'll see if he is able to double down on awards. But they're announcing the Offensive Player of the Year right now.
This year's Offensive Player of the Year is Colin Lunders from Sioux Falls Lincoln.
Sioux Falls Lincoln's Colin Lunders wins Offensive Player of the Year. The Patriots not in the state tournament, but Lunders, they just listed his numbers, a dominant player for the Patriots this year at the plate. Main focal point for them so far throughout the year.
Yeah, 388, they said, batting average with 7 home runs. So quite the season for him.
Hitting the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
Very, very good numbers for him. Congratulations on Offensive Player of the Year for Colin Lunders. You're taking pictures right now, Josh. Obviously, when Sam was out there for Pitcher of the Year, they were taking photos with coaches, with family. Saw current Mount Marty Lancer Joe Goki out there as well with him. And I know Sam's going to continue plying his trade at Mount Marty, so keep playing at Riverside Field for both of them, as Player of the Year will be announced next. And you know, I know I'm biased, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a double dose of Goki.
Well, I've noticed based on, so they had obviously him out there to win Offensive Player. I'm noticing nobody else extra out here in a different jersey, so I think there's a pretty good chance, I would guess.
High school baseball Class A Player of the Year. The candidates are the top 5 OPC players.
I think they're going to list all 5 candidates as well.
Everett Solomon, Sioux Falls Jefferson.
So Sioux Falls Jefferson's Everett Solomon is one of the
Trevor Schlosser, Rapid City Stevens.
Rapid City Stevens, Trevor Swasher, who is here right now as well, ahead of this game.
Bishop O'Gorman.
O'Gorman's Bennett Duncan is one of the 5 finalists.
Caleb Severin from Brandon Valley.
Brandon Valley's Caleb Severin and Sam Goki from Yankton. Those are your 5 finalists. And, you know, there was a Rapid City Stevens player out there, but like you said, I don't see anybody else in different jerseys. 484 batting average, 588 on base.
I feel like I'm on an episode of American Idol right now. Like, and the winner is, and they go to commercial.
Yeah, as they're continuing to list these stats, I know we've called Sam Goki stats often throughout the year, Josh. It just feels more and more like we're going to hear Sam Goki. And back-to-back, like the cover of Lethal Weapon, goes Sam Goki. Class A Player of the Year last year, Class A Player of the Year, Class A Pitcher of the Year this year. The kid has been ridiculous. I know there's extra eligibility in college given out willy-nilly all the time now these days, It is in the Bucks' best interest to see if we can figure out if we can do the same for high school with how this kid has played, and excited to get to keep seeing him perform at Riverside Field in Yankton, obviously going to Mount Marty University, future Lancer, alongside his older brother Joe, and it's just an awesome day for him to be honored as Pitcher of the Year, Player of the Year, and like I said, back-to-back. He never lost as a finalist. He's 2-0.
And taking home 2 awards today, just an impressive ball player, and we're going to see him on the mound and obviously at the plate today batting second. But, an incredible season for him. And once again, winning this award once is no small feat. Winning it twice, I mean, my goodness, that's incredible.
Traditionally, it is a pretty senior-heavy award. There's been juniors and underclassmen who've won it in the past, but traditionally a very senior-heavy award. So not often you get to say you have a 2-time Class A Player of the Year. Congratulations again to Sam Goki, but we're going to go back to break here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're back in 3 minutes to keep things rolling here from Augustana.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Buying your first home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, when's the housewarming party moment. When you're ready to look for a home, start with a local FNBO mortgage lender. We're here to answer questions, personalize the experience, and share our expertise so you can focus on your search. Start your application and get pre-qualified now at fnbo.com. Your mortgage moment is just around the corner, and FNBO will be there every step. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. FNBO is an equal housing lender.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. For over a century, Wilson Trailer has stood strong, steady, and rooted in community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. We talked about it before the break, Josh, but Sam Goki going back-to-back for Player of the Year in Class A. It's been a long time, I think, since that's happened. Talking to some members of the High School Baseball Association, Josh, they could not remember the last time it happened, but currently scrolling through the online archives right now to see when the last time someone would have went back-to-back was, and I can't find it. So I doubt it's the first time ever it's happened in the long history of South Dakota high school baseball, but I can't find it right now. So we'll see if we can figure out exactly the last time someone went back-to-back for Class A Player of the Year. But congratulations again to Sam Goki. I think it's a perfect time to transition to our key player of the game, Josh, courtesy of Missouri River Associates. where the other office is local. They know you by name, and your home, auto, and family insurance are important to them. Who else is it going to be besides Sam Goki after winning Class A Player of the Year?
Right, Player of the Year and Pitcher of the Year. Just an incredible player overall. And look, anytime you're on the mound today in an elimination game and batting second in this lineup, obviously you're very important. And, you know, his numbers hitting over 480 this season and an ERA at .583. I mean, just an incredible baseball player, and obviously important to what the Bucs want to do today.
They're announcing the starting lineups for both teams right now. The Bucs just finished up their infield. They'll give Rapid City Stevens, I believe, 7 to 10 minutes to warm up in the infield, and then we'll go live with first pitch here from Ronken Field. I almost said Riverside Field. It's Ronken Field here on the campus of Augustana University. A really nice complex they got here. We see the football field just over the left field fence, Josh. To our right is the softball field, which is completely turf softball field. This is a nice little part of Sioux Falls and all these very, very impressive facilities for Augustana.
Yeah, an incredible facility here. I know, like you said, you can see the football field over there. I think they're getting ready for graduation this weekend as they got some chairs out there, but then also the softball field to our right as well. And like you said, of course, Ronken Field here, a beautiful site. You don't see a wooden fence every day, but it's one of those things that I like to see. It kind of gives it like a really fun, kind of old school Sandlot type of vibe almost, but also being modern with the turf field. But overall, an incredible facility, and thankful that they allowed us to be here and gave us a spot to be able to broadcast today's game.
Yes, here for KYNT and KYN TV. This is 102.1 FM, AM 1450. KYNT is a Riverfront Broadcasting station. Thank you for joining us today for Yankton Bucs baseball. Stevens Raiders are taking their infield now, and then I believe it should be Bucs as the home team as the higher seed, so we'll see Sam Goki on the mound to start things off for Yankton. But we are going to go back to break real quick here on KYNT and KYN TV. Come back in 3 minutes and keep things rolling here from Ronken Field.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Did you ever hear that termites only swarm to feed and mate during the springtime? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. While they do swarm to mate in the spring, termites eat wood 24/7 year-round. In fact, termites cause an average of $5 billion in property damage every year, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. It's your Hy-Vee pregame show for Yankton Bucks baseball in the opening round of the Class A state tournament. This is the 4-5 matchup. The winner of today's game will play the winner of the 1-8 matchup tomorrow, as scheduled for first pitch, I believe 5 p.m. tomorrow. They moved some stuff around with graduations happening this weekend for some of these schools that are competing today and tomorrow. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. But Yankton just got announced the Class A Player of the Year and Pitcher of the Year, Sam Goki. We're talking winning that award back-to-back. There's a few years on the website that just aren't listed, so I can't confirm if there was somebody that went back-to-back, so my apologies. But on the website, I found back to 2001, nobody went back-to-back for players that are available and listed. So at least since the turn of the millennium, from the looks of it, it hasn't been done. So congratulations to Sam Goki.
And if there was ever a player that was going to do it, right, it's Sam Goki. Once again, I've said it many times in this broadcast, an incredible player and well-deserved, both on the mound, as you saw with Pitcher of the Year, and then obviously at the plate with what he does too, hitting just over 480, an incredible season overall, and obviously wants to make a statement in this tournament and keep his season alive here for another day and heading into tomorrow, hopefully.
I'll look at the history as well and tell you if it's ever been done at the Class B level too. There has been repeats of the same team, just 2024, 2025. A couple of Del Rapids players won it, but from the looks of it, there hasn't been a repeat player for Player of the Year at the Class B level for a few years as well. I'm all the way back into the aughts and not seeing anything, Josh. So yeah, it looks like dating back to 2001, also no repeat winners in Class B. So this is fairly unprecedented for Sam Goki. Congratulations to him. Two-time now back-to-back Class A Player of the Year. We are going to talk now more about the game itself now as Rapid City Stevens is warming up out in the field. Looking at the South Dakota High School Baseball Association standings. Heading into today, obviously, this is the 4-5 matchup in Class A. Yankton finished the regular season at 18-4. They're now 20-4 overall at 43.091 seed points. A couple big wins in the regionals against Sturgis, Josh, 16-2 and 16-0 over those two games. Rapid City Stevens right up there with them, 15-4 in the regular season, obviously winning their two games in the Super Regionals. And outside of dropping a game to Pierre, they were on a hot streak basically since the calendar turned to late April. They had a win over T, a win over Sturgis, win over Spearfish, win over Rapid City Central. They split with Pierre, and then they defeated Douglas to end their regular season. So it's been a team that, traditionally, only a couple trips out east, and that goes for East River teams as well, only a couple trips out west all season. So not a lot of sample size from teams you're used to playing each other, so this should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Anytime, I said it in the open there, anytime you get a 4-5 matchup in a tournament, that's always fun and exciting to see, and looking forward to it. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of similarities in these types of teams record-wise, and when they play common opponents, even though, like you said, not a lot of trips east or west or vice versa for both teams. But yeah, a lot of similarities and two good baseball teams. It should be a fun one here to start our edition here of the 2026 tournament.
Rapid City Stevens just wrapped up their infield. They did the national anthem before game one, so I doubt they're going to play it again. So what we're going to do is take a quick break, let both teams retake the field. We're going to come back here on KYNT and KYN TV in 90 seconds, and we'll have your first pitch, courtesy of the Boathouse. Back in 90 seconds.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury,
check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. They're announcing the umpires on the field right now. Those umpires of the game, courtesy of the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. And Josh, while we got time, let's go over your playoff bracket. Your tournament bracket, I should say. It's courtesy of Rhonda West on State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. Sioux Falls, Jefferson, and Pierre in game number 1. Jefferson defeated Pierre 5-3 in the 3-6 matchup. Cavaliers jumped out to a 5-0 lead in that one, Josh, but Pierre was able to load the bases and then a little bit of luck, but had to run the bases well to get a bases clearing strikeout that led to a drop third strike and then an error throwing down the first base line. So 5-3 your final score there. Your other games today, Yankton against Rapid City Stevens. That's one first pitch here shortly. Harrisburg and Watertown will play in our third game of the day. That's the 1-8 matchup. The winner of that game will face Yankton tomorrow, and the website now lists that game as a start time at 6 p.m. Originally was listed at 5 p.m., so that's a change there being made that I have just now learned about. That's cool. Anyway, on the other end of things, Brandon Valley, the 2 seed, Bishop O'Gorman, the 7 seed, they will play in the final game of day 1. The winner of that faces Sioux Falls Jefferson. High school state tournament is single elimination, Josh, so there is no second chances for either of these teams.
Yeah, it's do or die time, right? No tomorrow. Well, for whoever wins, there's a tomorrow, but obviously no tomorrow for whoever falls today. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun here, and like you said, they'll play the winner of that Harrisburg-Watertown game tomorrow night, which Harrisburg and Watertown play here next after us. So we'll see what happens as the Bucks are taking the field here, Brayden, and getting ready to play some ball here from Ronken Field.
Look at how the Bucks are lined up in the field. Carter Boomsma in left, Tate Bestie in center, Caden Hunoff in right, third base Simon Kampshoff, shortstop Beck Reichen, second base Jackson Kudera, first base Easton Feeser. Your battery today sees Sam Goki on the mound, and behind the plate, Gavin Johnson.
Yeah, and what I like, Brayden, is Yankton kind of seems to have found, especially these last 6 games or so, of how they want to put the field out there. You're going to see a lot of things that get like a Simon Kampshoff out in the field over at third base, who they know has a steady glove. And a lot of times you'll see that middle infield of kind of a trio there between Beck Reichen and Jackson Kudera, and then if he's not on the mound, you'll see Sam Goki in there. A lot of times you've seen him play a lot of second base lately, especially when Beck plays out at short, but today you're seeing that with Simon over at third, and of course with Sam on the mound.
And then we'll expect to see everybody's available. Yankton hasn't played in a week. It's a heavy rotation. It's a deep rotation, I should say, for the Yankton Bucks. Beck Reichen was another guy who you could have convinced me he was a pitcher of the year candidate as well. A sub-1 ERA, very efficient all season long for him. Then you got Boston Frick and Chase Cooley rounding out the rotation of guys who had the most starts on the team this year, I should say. So that's a very elite group of guys. And obviously you got guys out of the pen. Tate Bestie, Jackson Kudera both pitched well out of the pen. Ryan Turner has pitched well in spot starts. This is a very deep pitching rotation, and we'll see what they have for the for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Sam Goki on the mound for the opening pitch of our quarterfinal matchup. First pitch outside for a ball, so a 1-0 count here to lead things off.
Yeah, and what's fun here about playing at Ronken Field, they kind of have a radar gun out there, out on the scoreboard to see how fast Goki's throwing out there. So far, Brayden 83 on the first pitch, 81 on that second pitch as the count's even at 1 apiece.
And this, in my mind, confirms something I've thought all year long, where Goki was very good last year, but didn't have as much pop on his fastball as that one misses for ball two, a 2-1 count now. But he was topping out last year at Sioux Falls Stadium, where they also have a pitch radar, about upper 70s. So he has added a couple mile an hour to his fastball into his senior year.
As he's got an early 3-1 count, though. Brayden missing early, but it's one of those where even watch him in pregame, obviously put a little bit more on it here in the game. He was throwing low 70s in warmups. I'm like, okay, I thought he was throwing faster than that, and sure enough, as he's getting started here, putting it on to start.
The 3-1 in there for strike 2, so the count gets worked full to the leadoff batter.
Yeah, and obviously, we talk about it throughout the year. It's so important to get that first out, Brayden. A lot of times, if you can get that quick 1, 2, 3 here, that one's fouled off in that first inning. It can throw off a team's rhythm. So obviously, Goki trying to work fast here, but getting all he can handle from floor here to start this game.
Yeah, this one of many times this season, Josh, a payoff pitch doesn't actually pay anything off as we re-rack it for another 3-2. Goki fires home. This one playable into shallow center field. Bestie going to call everybody off. He will glove it with the left hand for the first out of the state quarterfinals between Yankton and Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, one down right there. Only, 20 more outs to go for the Bucks is what they're looking for here today. But, yeah, a good battle there from Goki. Got down 3-1 early in that count. Was able to battle back, get a strike, had a couple fouled off, and eventually got that pop out.
Here's Comparetto now to the plate. The left-handed hitter. First lefty Goki's seen today. 7 pitches in that first at-bat. And he misses for ball 1. Stevens patient out of the gate here, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely, taking their time. And if you're Comparetto, this is kind of the ballpark you want to be at, right? A lefty probably going to try to pull something here. That is, looking at the distance here on the corners, if you want to hit a home run here, the most likely spot would be in that right field corner, Brayden, sitting at 310 here.
Yeah, 310 to the right corner, 320 to the left field corner. If you hit it dead center, you're going to have to get it almost 400 feet. It's 395 to dead center here at Ronken Field. Here's the 1-1 from Goki. Inside for ball 2, making a 2-1 count. And the Stevens Raiders forcing the Class A pitcher of the year to work a little bit here in the first inning.
Yeah, working early, throwing a lot of pitches here these first couple at bats, and that's a sign of a good team. Wanting to work a count here as this one's popped over to Ronken and caught for out number 2.
Yeah, right in the basket. Underhand grab there as it was dipping a little earlier than I think he expected, but still gloves it for out number 2. 2 batters up, 2 batters down, both by some pop-outs near the middle infield.
Yeah, and that's one, I think, once again, if you're Goki, just keep trying to get outs, even though they're making you work a bit. You'd rather work and get those outs than work and have a man on, right? So, it's one of those, getting those first couple outs is a big confidence booster for a man who I think definitely got plenty of a confidence booster, as we talked about in the pregame with winning pitcher of the year and player of the year.
Back-to-back player of the year. What more can you say about the kid? He got strike 1 on there as well. Goki with the 0-1. Strike 2. That one comes in at 83 on the gun. So lower mid 80s right now is where he's topping out at. And you don't go to the college level. You get on a college weight program. You could add a couple more mile an hour to that fastball. As that one clocks in at 85, but misses the zone for ball 1.
And I'm sure Coach Tycro at Mount Marty is seeing that and loves it and thinking, what can I do when I get him in my lab? And that one's in the dirt. But yeah, so a promising future, and obviously took that a little bit off that one with a breaking ball at 76. And Brayden, a lot of times breaking balls, especially at the pro level, you'll see guys who that's typically where it's going to be at, in those mid-70s with a lot of guys. I know there's some throwing 90-mile-an-hour sliders and stuff now, but a lot of times you'll see those mid-70s breaking or off-speed stuff.
This one popped up and out of play down the right field line. That's going to be $1 for a young fan. Yeah, this is a foot race.
I was going to say, I got to go. Those foul balls for $1. I got to go.
Got to work off that, 5 guys we went to before this. Best burger and fries ever.
Yes.
How do we bring one of them to Yankton? Here's the 2-2 home. Misses inside for a ball. 3-1 count, or 3-2 count now.
It's the whole reason we got up here at like noon today.
Things got pushed back a little more than we thought they would be today, and do appreciate everybody sticking with us. A little later start, but no, Wizard is never late, nor is he early. He always arrives exactly when he's needed, and arriving on first base with a walk is Brager there. So won't go 1-2-3 here for Sam Goki and the Yankton Bucks. And Stevens has forced 18 pitches in the first inning, pending this fourth batter to the Yankton starter.
And obviously that's important, but Yankton's going to have to keep an eye on that. You look at it here is 105, obviously the pitch limit here, but you're just trying to save arms and have as many as you can if you advance to tomorrow, so you have a shot. As that first pitch is low for a ball as well, make it 1-0.
I've been informed we don't need a Five Guys, we need a Popeyes. Well,
I know who sent that too. Let's go. We talked about it yesterday.
Hey, ¿por qué no los dos? Why not both? I think that's what that means. Swing and a miss there for the strike. It's a 1-1 count now to the double deuce.
That's what it means for today anyways.
This is Waddell at the plate. The 1-1 from Goki, working out of the stretch, forces the swing and miss on that breaking ball. And he really pulled the string on that one, Josh. He's been sitting low to mid 80s, and you throw 72 at him. Got him out in the front foot.
Right, it can be a change there when you're looking for those pitches in the mid 80s, like you said, and then all of a sudden he takes about 10 miles an hour off it. That's a big difference, and it can bait a batter really fast as it did right there.
Goki forces the first base runner to dive back in safely at the bag with a step off there. Goki toes the rubber again on the 1-2 count. Runner takes off, swing and a miss for strike 3. Runner doesn't matter as Goki gets out of the inning. Does throw 22 pitches to get there, but no hits, no runs, no errors. One runner does get left on base. We go to the bottom of the first with the Yankton Bats for the first time today in the state quarterfinals. For Josh Boelter, I'm Brayden Butler. This is Bucks Baseball on KYNT. We're back in 1 minute.
The Sureco exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any Sureco electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized Sureco distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sureco.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Top of the first went 1-2-4 for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. They did draw a walk, but that runner got stranded on the third out and the punch out from Sam Goki. Brady Waddell will try to do something similar for the Stevens Raiders as he gets the start on the mound here in Game 1 of the state tournament.
Yeah, and it's one of those. We'll see what he can do on the mound against a good Yankton lineup that's going to want to put some pressure on early, Brayden. We saw it in that last game with Pierre and Sioux Falls Jefferson, where it's different now, where like a lot of times you give a pitcher a little more leeway and a longer leash. Not today when it's do or die. You'll see pitchers get pulled early. With Pierre, that happened in just the second inning there. So it's one of those where, if they can force Waddell to throw some pitches and get some trouble, pressure goes on to Stevens real fast.
Throw down to second base means we are ready to go to start the bottom of inning number 1 here from Ronken Field. And who else? The guy who started basically every Yankton half inning, or first half of the first inning. Yankton's half of the first inning. We'll get there eventually. Yeah. Beck Reichen leads off all the time. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, it's one of those. He's been playing great these last couple weeks. Batting average continues to climb. A good pitcher as well. And like you said, committed Wednesday to play baseball at the next level. And I can actually see his coaches just off the left side of home plate sitting down there watching. So they made the trip up here today. And obviously his teammate Easton Feeser as well. But so really exciting stuff. And he's got a chance to lead off for the Bucks here.
Yeah, the Dakota State coaching staff on hand. They're looking at batters 1 and 3 for sure for Yankton as Reichen sends this one into right field, drifting towards the foul line. It will be caught in foul territory. First pitch swinging for Beck Reichen, got underneath of it, but a little too much. Ends up being a fly ball out in the right field.
Yeah, and a first pitch swinging there from Beck Reichen. Not something you see a lot from him, as he's a guy who likes to work the count a lot. Led the team in walks this year with over 20, and saw something he liked there and put a nice little send on it. Just kind of died out there in right field, though, as now Sam Goki's at the plate.
First pitch to Goki misses low for a ball. And, Josh, you can tell the rain's gone away because I swear I hear birds chirping now in the area.
I just say we're lucky enough that we're broadcasting now instead of a couple hours ago. And speaking of, talking about the gun earlier, Brayden, Waddell's putting about 89 on the gun consistently here these first couple pitches.
And that one was a little chin music to Sam Goki there, high and tight. Unintentional, obviously, but Goki had to bend out of danger. So the best fastball I've seen at I guess it wasn't even the high school level, it was Legion baseball, as here's the 2-0 home from Waddell in there for strike 1. But team out of Blair, Nebraska, Blair post, I think they were post 127. They came up here a few years ago for the Lewis and Clark Classic. Well, they came up to Yankton a few years ago for the Lewis and Clark Classic. And their pitcher, Jay-Sean Unger, as that one is fouled off by Goki. That is a hard foul ball. But their starting pitcher, Jay-Sean Unger, that day topped out at 96. And that guy's now pitching at Nebraska.
Yeah, and I think they had quite the season, if I do recall.
Yeah, they're
still going, obviously,
still going.
but second in the Big Ten, over 40 wins. That's well hit.
Yeah, just over the head of the second baseman, a jumping effort, but no dice. Sam Goki with the first hit of the game for the Yankton Bucks. He's on first base, and Easton Fieser will look to power this one out somewhere. A left-handed hitter doesn't traditionally pull the ball. The home runs we've seen from him, they've been to left center field, which here would be the deepest part of the park, really. But if he can pull the ball, it's a short fence over in right field.
Yeah, and looking at it here, Brayden, you wonder how aggressive Yankton will be on the base paths today. We know they like to, and obviously Endure and I will see what they want to do. And Fieser's the guy you want somebody in scoring position, led the team with RBIs, home runs, triples, all that stuff. So, we'll see if they decide to send Sam here over at first. That pitch is kind of high in the zone, but called a strike nonetheless.
Yeah, clips the spot it needed to for an 0-1 count to Easton Fieser. Here's Waddell checking the runner at first, taking his time. Now he fires home, and Fieser checks his swing, and he did not go around, and he loaded up, but I don't think the bat ever really left his shoulder. Still appealing down. Got 3 umpires working as a crew today, outside of the usual 2, so got an extra umpire who got a good angle on it. Let's make sure. Here's the 1-1. Waddell step off. Checked his belt real quick, now back into his stance. Fieser toes the back of the box, plays up on the plate, and he led the team in hit by pitches for a reason this year as he chops this one foul near the first base dugout.
Yeah, just kind of fighting here, a lot of speed, although Waddell took it off there and went breaking ball now on at about mid-70s, 75, and now Fieser working a 1-2 count.
See a couple Harrisburg players have shown up. They're playing in our next game today, the top seed Harrisburg Tigers. Taking on the 8 seed Watertown Arrows, as that is a ball. Didn't miss by much to Easton Fieser, but it's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, I think that's the right call there, Brayden. Glove was level, at least by the end of it, with the face mask of the catcher there. So I think that's the right call, at least from my point of view here, even though we both kind of have different angles, even though we're only a couple feet apart.
Throw over to first was not there in time, but yeah, we are a little off center here on the concourse at Ronken Field, but
yeah, Brayden more so kind of closer to behind the catcher. Meanwhile, I kind of have a view from the left-handed batter box here.
Basically halfway down the first base line over there.
Yeah.
As Fieser chops this one down the first base line. No, it's foul. They're going to say it went off of Fieser, maybe off of something, but
I think they're saying it hit the box, Brayden.
Hit the box. There it is.
And that's one of those you talk about having that third umpire. That's an advantage, a guy right down the first base line. Typically, you'll only have those 2 umpires, and once again, you see that come into play early here.
And the second umpire would be where our third umpire is right now, near the second base bag in this situation. So having 3 umpires might have helped Yankton there. Here's the 2-2 as Waddell comes set on the mound. Checks Goki at first. Gavin Johnson stands in the on-deck circle. Waddell fires home. Fieser drills this one out to left center field. Both outfielders giving chase. It's back. It's down. It's off the fence. No, just ahead of the warning track. But taking the turn at third and heading home is Sam Goki. Shout out to Cam Ward for Easton Fieser, as that's the first run of the game for the Yankton Bucks as he was doing Cam Ward's signature celebration at second base, Josh. But an RBI double brings in Sam Goki.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there from Easton Fieser. Like you said, opposite field as well. A double there. Worked a good count and got it going to get the first run of the game for the Yankton Bucks. And Brayden, I'm going to tell you a story. This is completely unrelated to what's happening right now. You remember that WrestleMania where the wrestler Raven almost drove over a cord and unplugged everything? My foot stepped on directly on where our power's plugged in there as that was happening. So I got super nervous for a split second.
We're going to move that cord during the next half-inning break.
I'm going to move it right now, actually, as I'm talking.
You have fun with that.
Yeah, it is moved. Just like that.
Safety of the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-0 Yankton leads here in the bottom of the first. A RBI double from Easton Fieser brings Gavin Johnson to the plate. First pitch to Gavin Johnson. He whipped it back. Fouled off the netting, and The netting's there for a reason.
And there's a young kid in a Yankee hat there, nice hat, that did not see that, but was really close to a fun surprise down there.
Yeah, that one, if the net's not there, would have been dicey for him. But that's why we put the protective net up. Shout out to the facilities here at Ronken Field as the 0-1 is in the zone. Took a little off that one for Waddell. 76 on the gun for strike 2.
Yeah, now Johnson 0-2, but has a chance here, Brayden, with a hit. Probably brings Feaser home.
Set on the mound is Waddell. Feaser leads off a second, 180 feet away from being the second run of the game. Johnson sends this one out to right field. It's drifting towards foul territory, and it will be out of the glove in foul ground. So Johnson will go back to the batter's box here, but nice piece, just pushed it a little foul, Josh.
Yeah, and over on that right field side, a little bit more foul territory to work with over on the left side here at Ronken Field. At least from my point of view, that's what it looks like. But, just not able to come up with that one with a lot of grass over there.
Is that a fan section down there? Are there fans on the field down there?
That's what it looks like to me. I think I see a couple of Yankton Ys out there.
Blue hat with a Yankton Y on it. That's a Yankton Laker. Shout out to the South Central League. Anyway. They play tomorrow. Or no, they play, today's Friday. They play on Sunday.
And a good Yankton crowd here today, Brayden. I saw a couple of young Bucks and Gazelles chasing after some foul balls early and trying to earn those dollar bills here today.
Still an 0-2 count. Waddell has not thrown a pitch since that last foul ball, and he gets Johnson to swing out of his shoes for strike number 3. Johnson is retired for the second out of the first inning, and Tate Bestie bringing a trio of baseballs to the home plate umpire as he steps into the batter's box.
And that's something we saw a lot of in the first game where a lot of baseballs were dealing with the wet conditions, the rain and whatnot, so constantly being handed baseballs and seeing that early here again as well.
The rain has stopped, and it most likely will stay away the remainder of the day if the forecast and the radar are correct. But that does not mean it's not wet out there on the field. The grass holds its moisture in the outfield. The infield is turfed here at Ronken Field as there's strike 1 past Tate Bestie. Carter Boomsma waits in the on-deck circle, but 2 down in the inning. No guarantee we see him this half.
Yeah, and obviously Yankton wants that. Also doing a good job working the pitch counts so far, 17 pitches. For Waddell, got that RBI double from Feaser, of course, and Bestie trying to take advantage here as well, down 0-1.
Waddell taking a long time on the mound here. Now fires home the 0-1. That one misses low and away for ball 1, but Feaser will move from second to third on the pass ball.
Yeah, and obviously that's big, Brayden. I know 2 outs, so the sacrifice is not in play, but let's say there's an infield hit or a ball hit in the infield where it results in error or something, odds are a run probably comes home or, a little bit easier on a base hit or something like that for Feaser to score. So now just 90 feet away.
Sun's starting to come out a little bit here at Ronken Field, Josh. I still believe I did not bring enough layers for this. I'm a little cold.
I'm wearing a quarter zip and a sweatshirt, and I'm still a little cold myself, so I'd agree with you.
The 1-1 can't find the spot for Waddell, and that's ball 2. It's a 2-1 count to Tate Bestie. Bottom inning number 1, Yankton leads 1-0. An RBI double from Easton Feaser drove in Sam Goki earlier in this frame. 2-1, swung on and missed by Bestie. Make it a 2-2 count now here for the Yankton center fielder.
And Bestie took a big hack at that one. It's just tough sometimes to catch up to 87. That's what Waddell put on that one.
The 2-2, Bestie, half-hearted swing, pops it up in the infield, and it falls into the glove of the third baseman for out number 3. 1 run comes across on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner gets left on base, but Yankton takes the first lead of the game. They lead 1-0 heading into the top of inning number 2. For Josh Boelter, I'm Brayden Butler. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball. We're back in 1 minute from Augustana.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
Clean, inspect, test, repeat. That sums up a Comfort Care Club membership at Larry's Heating and Cooling. In the spring and fall, Larry's will come to your home to clean, inspect, and test your heating or cooling system. And also as a member of Larry's Comfort Care Club, you get discounts on parts and labor, priority service scheduling, and no overtime charges. Clean, inspect, and test. Repeat. The Comfort Care Club from Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's Yankton Bucks baseball, and it is the top of inning number 2. The Bucks lead 1-0. And the recently announced Class A pitcher of the year, Sam Goki, on the mound for his second inning of work.
Yeah, and worked a pretty good inning. Threw a lot of pitches that had a walk in there, but some good battles from Rapid City Stevens at the plate. And Goki got out of that inning only just giving up 1 walk, no hits there. And first pitch, if there was not a net there, I would be trying to catch that one or shielding myself. Is hit right back towards us.
Yeah, that one was coming right at us here as a foul ball on the first pitch of the second inning. 23rd pitch of the game for Sam Goki. He's working out of the windup here. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. It's a 0-2 count now from Goki to the leadoff man.
And, it's one of those, he's trying to obviously, if he can work quick, he will, with Yankton trying to save as many arms as they can with a hopeful game tomorrow, pending the results of this one. But
that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. A 3-pitch punch-out from Sam Goki. Retires Mez, and that's going to bring up Convalin.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts as well. Had a breaking ball to end last inning outside of the zone, and that one, just a little bit more heat on it right at 80 to get a swing and a miss.
This is Connor Convalin at the plate, the left fielder.
Tall kid, too.
Tall for a left fielder, for anything for a baseball player, but larger strike zone there, but Goki can't hit it for strike 1. It's ball 1, 1-0 count. This one right back up the middle. It's a base knock. First hit of the game for Rapid City Stevens. It's a return to sender for Convalin. And he's on first base with 1 out.
And first hit of the day for Stevens. Now trying to see if they can get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the first here. But obviously a lot of work to do with just 1 on, 1 out.
Coming to the plate now is Trevor Schlosser, the first baseman for Rapid City Stevens. And Josh, he was one of the 5 finalists for Class A Player of the Year. Obviously, the award ended up going to the guy on the mound right now, but maybe winning the game within the game a little bit if Schlosser's able to get a base hit here.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't see a lot of guys who are up for that type of award batting 6th in a lineup, but here we are with that. Now trying to get something going here once again for Rapid City Stevens. Has a chance with a runner on. Oh, 7th. Okay. Yeah, batting 7th in the lineup. But, yeah, it's one of those where a really good player and trying to make something happen here.
First pitch swung on a miss, though, for strike 1. And, in my brain, I thought that was a good way to tell you that. And I probably should have just said it. I just threw up 7 digits on my fingers. There's better ways to do things. I'll find them eventually. Here's the 0-1 home from Goki. That one chopped foul, almost takes out the third base coach from Schlosser. 0-2 count now.
And Schlosser, we talked about the height of this team, another taller kid here for Rapid City Stevens at the plate.
Goki comes set on the mound. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So you have a 3-pitch punch out, a base hit, and then a 3-pitch punch out. So far this half inning for Rapid City.
Yeah, and that number's starting to climb in the strikeout column. Brayden 3 here through 1 2/3. His last 3 outs recorded for Sam here have been strikeouts, 2 of which on breaking balls as well.
I remember a run earlier this year, Josh. He retired, I think, 14 of 15 batters in a row in one of the games. He will not retire this one. It's a singled out to right field. Runner takes off from first to third. Ronken cuts off the throw to make sure the runner stays at first. But runners at the corners now for Rapid City Stevens with 2 outs.
Yeah, an aggressive base running there, right? That was one of those I thought, looking at it initially, only going to be able to steal 1 bag, able to get around the corner and get to third on that. And like you said, just 90 feet away from tying up this game.
Coming to the plate now, Liam Unterbrunner. Do apologize. Muting and unmuting my mic quite often. I've been battling a cough for the last couple days.
So how do you get to deal with that? It's been several hours out in the rain as that one's driven out to center, Brayden.
Yeah, Bestie not having to move much. He'll glove it for out number 3. I feel like the rain and the cold are really going to do my, current health situation wonders. 3 down in the inning. No runs come across home plate. 2 runners get stranded on base. We go to the bottom of the second in a 1-0 ball game. Yankton looks to increase their lead when we come back in 1 minute. This is Bucks Baseball, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Play ball! This is John Marquardt. As an umpire, I know when it's time to step up to the plate and give it your best. And the time for me to step up is now, so I'm running for the District 18 House in the primary election. I've had extensive experience on the Yankton County Commission, and I will represent the entire district.
Vote by absentee or on June 2nd for John Marquardt for District 18 House of Representatives. Paid for by Friends of John Marquardt.
Are you tired of sugary sports drinks that make you crash faster than your team's playoff hopes? Strike out thirst like a champ with Liquid Death. It's 100% mountain water, no sugar, no weird colors, no fake flavors, just pure hydration that's cooler than your walk-up song. Perfect for dugouts, doubleheaders, and post-game victory laps. Because swinging for the fences is easier when you're not running on fruit punch and regrets. Whether you're playing, practicing, or just pretending to stretch, grab a Liquid Death and crush your thirst with style.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Carter Boomsma will lead off this half inning for the Yankton Bucks. They pushed one run across in the first inning. There's an RBI double from Easton Fieser driving in Sam Goki. Boomsma comes to the plate now. Jackson Kudera on deck. Liam Villanueva in the hole. Is your 3-batter minimum.
Yeah, and this is a guy you got to be careful with. Carter Boomsma had a healthy batting average this year, but also once he gets on base, led the team in stolen bases, and we always say it start the clock, so don't want to walk him or put him on to start the inning.
It's like we already made one professional wrestling reference on this broadcast, Josh. It really is the old beat the clock challenge for him when he gets to first base. How long until he takes second?
Yeah, and I'm sure Stevens is aware that they know if he gets on, he's a threat to steal at any time. As he's up early in the count, 2-0 once again. Brayden working a good count here.
This is Brady Waddell on the mound through 21 pitches in the first inning. He's missed his first 2 spots in the second inning so far. Into the windup here. Almost pauses halfway through his windup. Now fires home, and that one finds a spot in the zone for strike 1.
And he's got to be careful here, does Waddell. You look at this lineup, Brayden, it's potent at the bottom end, too. We've seen that the last couple weeks. They've been rolling with Carter Boomsma, Jackson Kudera, Liam Villanueva getting some work in there, and then Simon Kampshoff as well, who's playing over at third today. So bottom of the lineup just as dangerous at the top as the top sometimes for this Yankton team.
Here's the 3-1 to Boomsma. Swings through that one. Waddell pulled the string on him for strike 2.
And a full count here, but once again, Boomsma working a good count here, and that's so important. We talked about it with this being a tournament. You want to burn through these arms of Rapid City Stevens. As that's strike 3 on Boomsma. Kind of felt like a protective swing there, but just not able to catch this. That hit 90 on the gun.
Yeah, anytime it's starting with a 9 on the radar out there, you know a kid's throwing some heat here at the Class A level, and that is what Waddell has in his arsenal. Jackson Kudera, the sophomore, well, no longer a sophomore. School's out for the Yankton Bucks.
School's out for summer. No, anyone?
Congratulations.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Saw him live when I was 15, 16 years old. Fun show.
There you go. Kudera fouls that one back. 1-1 count. I feel like I'm no-selling this Alice Cooper thing a little bit.
Yeah, never cool. No-sell Alice Cooper. No, Alice Cooper is cool. But anyways, you look at Kudera, Brayden. He's a guy that has worked his way really into a starting every game type of role, whether that's at short or second base, depending on who's at the mound or on the mound. And once again, getting the start here today at second base.
Very eerily similar to his role during the basketball season as well. Started as a role player on the bench when the calendar turned from 25 to 26, though, Josh. Jumped into the starting lineup and ended the season as Yankton's leading scorer.
Yeah, just an all-around great athlete. And he fouls that one off down the first base line. Had a little bit of pop on it, but, yeah, just a great athlete. And excited to see what he does throughout the next couple years as well.
First base coach Trey Creer saying that ball was just out of his reach, probably getting some stink from his dugout.
See, he wouldn't get any from me on that. I'd be like, you know what? I totally understand. Do not try to catch that.
The 1-2 home doesn't find the zone for ball two. It's a 2-2 count now from Waddell to Yankton's second baseman.
Yeah, and both Boomsma and Kudra early in this inning, Brayden working some good counts here, and once again filling up that pitch count for Waddell.
30 pitches is kind of the magic number to see a guy. If you're not on your best stuff as a starter in the first 30 pitches, you're probably going to see him get pulled. We saw that in the first game today as that one misses inside for a ball. Pierre's starter on the day got pulled after 19 pitches, and obviously didn't have his best stuff at the moment, but then that would have saved him to be available tomorrow in the second game of the day. So both these pitchers, they're done for the state tournament whether they win today or not. Both of them have exceeded the 30 pitch mark, but to be expected, two guys at the top of the rotation for both these teams as Kudra rips that one foul. Sat back on that breaking ball for a while. That was 76 coming in, and he pushed it foul down the right field line.
Yeah, and just working a good count. Once again, we've seen some good timely hitting from Kudra as well this year. And once again, right now, it's about eating pitches and working full counts and letting your lineup, even at this point in the game, just keep seeing what Waddell's going to offer at the mound.
And Kudra chops this one left side of the infield. Going to be a tough play to make it third across the diamond in time. A 5-3 put out. Great play out there in the field. That was a slow chopper, Josh. Had to take a long time to get to the third baseman, but great throw across the diamond.
Yeah, and those plays can be dicey, Brayden. How many times we see that this year that worked for and against the Bucks, where you'll see a slow roller over towards third or short that resulted in an infield single. That time, able to beat it out or beat the play there or beat the runner over at first base there at third.
We're gonna check the baseball here. Is gonna get Waddell a fresh one.
We're checking to see if they're juice, Brayden.
The juice in the balls.
The juice in the baseballs.
Oh, the MLB balls were juiced a few years ago.
Yeah.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Oh, no, I think 2019, around that time, yeah, definitely.
That one misses in the dirt for ball one to Liam Villanueva here. Villanueva, the 8-hitter in the lineup for Yankton. 9-hitter Simon Kamshoff on deck, and then it rotates to the top of the order. And it's the top of the order that's due up in Rapid City. Stevens' half of the inning. Floor, who just made that great play at third base, will lead things off.
Yeah, and Villanueva, a guy who's seen more playing time in the last couple of weeks as he fouls one hard out of play towards the softball field here, Bowden Field here at Augustana. But, a guy who's been playing a lot more here the last few weeks, and also, once again, we talked about going to be playing football at Mount Marty coming up this next fall. But, yeah, been playing a lot more and playing well with that as well as he grounds this one over to second.
Hard hit ball to the second baseman, and it's booted at second base. An error in the infield for Rapid City Stevens extends the inning and brings Simon Kamshoff to the plate. That's why you run things out down the first base line. Even if the play looks routine, mistakes can be made.
Yeah, it extends the inning. More pitches for Waddell, right? I'm going to keep hammering that home as we go throughout the broadcast here. And, anytime you can get a guy who's throwing 89 on the gun, you want him out as soon as possible. How do you do that? You build up pitches, and nice run there by Villanueva to beat that out even after the error. And now Simon Kamshoff, who, Brayden, we've seen the ability and the capability to have some power, has a home run this season. He'll take the batter's box here with 2 outs.
So an 0-1 count as he takes strike one. And going back to Waddell's pitch count, Josh, we like to talk about right around 15 pitches per inning puts you in a good position to throw a complete 7-inning game here at the Class A level. Throwing right now an average of 20 after this pitch per inning through the first 2 for Waddell, as his 40th pitch of the day is in there for strike 2.
Yeah, trying to make quick work of Kamshoff here and get out of this inning. And sometimes you'll see some pitchers, if they give up a runner with 2 outs, they'll kind of let it trickle down and let it result in some runs and things like that, or maybe some trouble. And Waddell's trying to have none of that here against Kamshoff.
Leadoff man for both teams technically in the on-deck circle right now. Flora will lead off the top of the third, and Beck Reichen on deck right now as Simon Kamshoff faces the 0-2 from Waddell. Swung on and missed. Waddell pumped it by him at 90 for strike 3. One runner gets stranded, but nobody comes across home plate. 1-0 your score as we head to the top of the third. This is Yankton Bucks baseball. KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 1 minute.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Yankton Bucks baseball streaming live from Augustana University. It's Ronken Field, the home of the Class A state tournament. Quarterfinal matchup here between the Yankton Bucks and the Stevens Raiders out of Rapid City. It'll be Floor leading things off for Stevens this half inning. Made a great play at third base in the last half inning, Josh.
Yeah, and a nice little slow roller over there to third base. Beat out Cooter on the throw, and now trying to get something going in his second plate appearance. He takes a strike along at bat to start that first inning there. Brayden still resulted in an out, but yeah, working a good count last time.
1-1 count now after that one. Hits in front of the plate for Sam Goki. 34th pitch of the day, and he was forced to work. He threw 22 pitches in that first inning, Josh, only 10 in the second inning.
And that's usually around where you expect him, right? That 10 to 12 range. As that one's popped high over to right field. Looks like Hunoff's going to be able to get under it.
Hunoff has to backtrack a little bit, almost misjudged it, but able to recover. Great play from Caden Hunoff. Reached back behind his head to bring that one in for out number one.
Yeah, nice play out there. And, you know, Hunoff's a guy who, once again, one of those guys, kind of like Liam Villanueva, has worked his way into playing really consistently throughout the season as it goes on. A guy that they trust out in right field to make plays with his glove, and made another one right there despite kind of maybe losing it for a second.
First pitch here to next man up is outside for a ball. 1-0 count here from Goki. This one, a chopper right side of the infield. Feeser up with it. Over to first. It's Goki covering a 3-1 put out at first base for out number two.
Yeah, once again, another quick out there for Sam Goki this inning, Brayden, and that's so important there. Just gets a short, kind of slow grounder over to first. Feeser makes a nice play on it, and Goki with the hustle to get over there in time and record the out.
That was Comparetto retired on that play. Brings up Brager for the Raiders. Carter Brager here. Third man up this half inning. First two have been retired by Goki, but he takes that one high and tight for ball one.
And once again, Goki hitting 80s on most of his pitches so far here today, and like you said, showing that growth from last season to this season.
Chopper left side of the infield. Ronken scoops it on the second hop. Fires across his body in time at first. Great play from the shortstop, Beck Ronken, for out number three.
Yeah, and I think the Dakota State coaching staff liked that one over there. A tough play. Ronken able to scoop it with his glove and throw it across to first for the out.
And who's the guy making the play at first as well? Easton Feeser. Might be a duo we see for a few years for the Trojans over in Madison, but I digress. 1-0 your score as we head to the bottom of the third. Yankton at the plate when we come back. They're trying to increase their one-run lead. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Bucks Baseball on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayor Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's the state quarterfinals for Class A baseball. One team has already punched their ticket to the semifinals. Sioux Falls Jefferson defeated Pierre in the opening game of the day. This is game number 2 of 4 here at Ronken Field today. And Yankton leads 1-0 with the top of their order due up here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, and last time we saw the top part of this Yankton lineup, it was an RBI double from Easton Feeser, bringing home Sam Goki to give Yankton the 1-0 lead. Beck Ronken will start things off, though. Brayden, very quick at bat for him. First pitch swinging, flew out to right, and kind of uncharacteristic for him. You don't see a lot of first pitch swings from him. Once again, a guy that likes to work the count and draw walks and whatnot and get on base, but was very aggressive. Saw something like him, put a good ride on it, but just ended in a fly out.
First pitch to him in there for strike one, and being able to talk to Beck earlier this week, which you can, if you go to KYNT1450.com, you can scroll through our news articles and find the article, and I have interviews with all 5 of the signees from this past week, but he's a guy who just loves to play baseball, and sometimes I feel like people could forget that this is a game, and I know you have to take it seriously to compete at a high level, but he's a guy who just loves to play ball, and he reiterated that often with me, and seems like a fun guy to be on the team with as well.
Right, and like you said, that's the thing. Even though the stakes are high today, it's one of those where at the end of the day, this is a game, right? And being able to just have a love for it really can help you go a long way and help you relax up there at the plate, over at short, on the mound, wherever you ask him to be, and just does a really good job of it.
Here's the 2-1 home. Outside for a ball, make it a 3-1 count.
And working a good count here. And once again, we talked about with Waddell and some of the heat he's throwing. You want him out of here as soon as possible. Working these counts where you can go 5, 6, maybe even 7 or 8 pitches into a count is so key. And Ronken doing a good job working this count early, getting it to 3-1.
This is the 46th pitch of the day for Waddell, and it forces a swing and a miss from Ronken there. And that was off speed. When you're touching 90 on the day, 78 can look like 60 out there at the plate.
Yeah, and your eyes kind of light up, right, and you're ready to drive it, but then you can get in front of a ball or maybe pop it up or something like that. And that's what you saw there from Beck. Just kind of got a little bit in front of that one.
Payoff pitch from Waddell, high for ball 4. Ronken will take first base on the walk. The leadoff man drew the most walks on the team in the regular season, and that is continuing here today.
Yeah, no, Beck over at first. You saw Sam get a hit in the first inning. I wonder if they'll be aggressive with Beck on first. You see Coach Lawrence making a signal. One thing to keep in note, Brayden, a little bit faster on the mound pitch-wise here from Waddell can change things and give the catcher maybe even a better chance. Potentially, when you can get that fraction of a second with difference in speed there, it can be a little bit tougher maybe to steal a base.
This is the first time these two teams have played each other this season. Did not meet in the regular season. That's strike one in there to Sam Goki. First pitch of his at-bat. Mentioned it already, but got a hit, came around to score back in the first inning. That's the lone run of the game right now as Yankton leads 1-0. Bottom inning number 3 here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Waddell throws over to first. Beck Ronken back in time. He is safe on the bag.
And with Beck getting on base there with no outs, you have Goki up, you have Fieser next. We saw him get the double out to left center earlier. This is a chance for Yankton maybe to separate a little bit here, do some damage, and try to add to their lead.
Here's the 0-1 home, and Goki out in front of that breaking ball for strike 2.
Yeah, once again, we talked about it. When you're expecting 90 and all of a sudden you get 76, that's a big difference there, and sometimes you can get in front of the ball like Sam just did.
Goki comes set at the plate, chokes up on the bat a little bit. Waddell checks the runner at first. Sneaks into the peak, now fires home, and Goki rips it towards the second baseman, up with it in time, over to second, got the first out. No double play. A 4-6 fielder's choice puts Sam Goki on first base, but Ronken will have to jog back to the dugout.
Yeah, and a good hustle there from Sam. Obviously wanted to try to get that one past second base, wasn't able to. A good play out there, but hustled down the line, was able to beat it out and avoid the double play.
Waddell back on the mound here. Now Goki leading off of first, and last time Fieser saw Waddell with Goki leading off of first, it was a RBI double into left center field for the Yankton first baseman.
Yeah, a good piece of hitting, and was able to foul off a lot of pitches there in that count in the first inning. And now, Brayden, when you look out here, kind of in the backdrop, you wouldn't even tell that it was like pouring rain all day earlier today. It is sunshine and nice weather here, once again in Sioux Falls at Augustana University and Ronken Field.
Got a feel for the voice of our sister station, KCCR and Pierre. John Winkler had to brave the elements out here as that one missed for ball 2 to Fieser.
But also better him than us.
Well,
even though we were
us.
here, it was us. It was, well, better.
There were twice.
Better not our equipment. No, we say that lovingly.
There was twice. I had to save his tent from getting blown over. I did my job today. I earned my stripes. Big thank you to John. Just a for being John, as that one's fouled off by Easton Fieser for strike one.
Yeah, even though we didn't end up needing it, allowing us to use his tent here today that we're sitting underneath, just behind home plate here, kind of once again off by the left-handed batter's box side. But yeah, credit to him for letting us borrow this.
We got to get it back to him at some point, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, as that one's fouled off by Fieser, making a 2-2 count. Waddell really taking his time on the mound once runners get on, Josh. I noticed that in the first inning, and we're seeing it again here in the third.
Yeah, being deliberate. Don't want to rush anything, Brayden. It's one of those where, if you're not careful, one runner on base can turn into two really quick, or a run coming home, right? So one of those, taking his time, thinking things through, being patient, being deliberate.
Waddell comes set on the mound for the 2-2 home to Easton Fieser. He'll rock and fire, and Fieser rips it down the right field line and foul. And that was one, Josh, where Fieser might have been thinking fastball. He's out in front of that one, pulled it foul down the right field line.
And it's been fun watching these two battle at the plate and on the mound today. We saw a long at-bat that resulted in a double for Fieser. He won round one. Who will win round two, we'll see. But Fieser fouling off some pitches here and getting a nice at-bat.
They are still making Waddell work on the mound. This is going to be his 56th pitch of the day. There's only one out in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, once again, just trying to work a count as Waddell nods here and gets Fieser looking.
Punch out looking. Fieser, don't think he thought that one was in the zone, but won't plead his case. He'll walk back to the dugout for the strikeout, and that's going to bring Gavin Johnson to the plate, who he was struck out swinging in his first at-bat.
Yeah, well, maybe could have been called inside on that one. I understand. It was close on that, so I could see the call going either way, but from here did look a little bit inside.
Here's the first pitch to Gavin Johnson. First pitch swinging out into right field. A trio of players converging on it, but it will be gloved in right for out number 3. So no runs come across. One runner gets stranded on one hit, no errors. Excuse me, no hits, no errors. Nobody gets left on base. I messed it up.
It's 1-0 Brayden here in going into the top of the fourth. When we come back, it's going to be Sam Koke on the mound. You're listening to KYNT and KYN TV.
We're back in 1 minute.
Right now, Moody Motors in Ibera has 6 Expeditions on hand, ranging from brand new to a 2012 priced at only $13,900. Other SUVs on hand include a 2014 GMC Denali, a 2014 Buick Enclave, and a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with the third seat. The right vehicle at the right price is what you'll find right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
You're in the mood for Moody.
It's sandal season at Boston Shoes to Boots, and we are fully loaded on new inventory and classic favorites. From popular brands like Birkenstock, Chaco, Keen, Atrex, Dansko, Sorel, and so much more. Find the perfect fit and step into something new this season. Boston Shoes to Boots, open 6 days a week, located in the heart of downtown on Cedar Street. See you soon, shoe lovers.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. And contrary what that last throw to break might tell you, I am professional. Brayden Butler and Josh Boelter here on the call. I made the joke during the break, Josh. Had to call in the lefty to save me.
Yeah, the
heading into that
closer.
break.
It's it's all right. We got it going here. We're back. We're rolling here. It's 1-0. It's a beautiful. It turned in to a beautiful day. Didn't think it was leaning that way this afternoon. My goodness, lots and lots of rain here to start, pushing things back. But we're here nonetheless. And Brayden, as it stands, Yankton working with a 1-0 lead with the Class A Pitcher of the Year on the mound.
Class A Pitcher of the Year and Class A Overall Player of the Year. Sam Koke swept those 2 awards back-to-back on the Player of the Year. Does miss the zone for ball 1 there, his 40th pitch of the day. And that one fouled down the left field line. And Josh, he had 22 pitches after the first inning. He still has not thrown 22 pitches since.
Yeah, worked a really good, smooth couple of innings there in the second and the third, right, where he was getting some quick outs, getting some, not only in strikeouts, but getting them in 3 or 4 pitches, because he's now working a 1-2 count here, gets a breaking ball swinging on that. But, yeah, really kind of settled in here and making quick work through these last couple of innings.
That one was low 70s on that bender.
Dragon bender. Former
What a
NBA
bust.
player. Yeah.
Anyway, that was one of the first indications that I can't evaluate basketball talent.
You're a big Dragon Bender guy?
I think I just liked his name. It's a 2-2 count after that last one missed for a ball. This is Waddell at the plate, and he is punched out looking. Strike number 3. Waddell sat down to start things off here in the top of inning number 4. And that's going to bring the catcher Mez to the plate.
Yeah, nice look there from Goki. Starting to get that strikeout counter building here today and pitching well throughout the afternoon and really kind of just settling into things and keeping Yankton in front.
It's been a tale of 2 great pitchers so far. Both guys on the mound at 4 strikeouts here through now 3 1/3 innings for Sam Goki, but through 3 innings total, 7 combined strikeouts. Now 8. Here's the 0-1, misses low and away for ball 1, 1-1 count.
And once again, right, it's just about giving yourself the best chance to get to tomorrow, and Goki's doing that right now. We talked about a base hit in the first inning that he eventually came around to score, and then obviously shutting things down so far here on the mound as he's going to get a strike too looking on that one.
Do want to thank everybody for joining us, tuning in today. I know audio only if you're used to watching on KYN TV due to exclusive broadcasting rights here of the Class A tournament. This one's ripped into right field. Nope, Easton Feaser's there to glove it for the out. I thought that was going to be a base knock. Easton Feaser made me eat my words.
You know, and I say it almost every broadcast, Brayden, because he makes a couple plays over there. We talk about how good third base, short, and second base is defensively, no matter who you put there. There's a reason you don't see really anybody else playing first base in this team. Easton Feaser is a really good first baseman. Makes a nice catch there. That one's a short hop over to Goki.
Yeah, check swing goes off the end of the bat over to first in time. A 1-pitch out for the 3rd out of the 4th inning. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. See, I can do it, Josh. It's a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Yankton Thrive believes Yankton works better together. We all know that when our local businesses grow, tourism thrives, jobs expand, and investment follows, our whole community benefits. Through partnerships, shared goals, and collaboration, we're building a stronger future for Yankton together. You can learn how Yankton Thrive is connecting people, ideas, and opportunities by going online to yanktonsd.com. Yankton Thrive, because Yankton works better together. Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. It's a battle of 2 elite pitchers so far between Rapid City Stevens and the Yankton Bucks. 1-0 lead. Goki was able to score on an RBI double from Easton Feaser in the bottom of the 1st, but that is the only time they've been able to put a chip in the armor of Brady Waddell on the mound. He has been throwing fantastic ever since. The Bucks have forced him to work. He's at 57 pitches through 3 complete innings, but still been fantastic so far.
Yeah, gave up those 2 hits there in the first, and then not much since, right? But what Yankton's doing a good job here of is working that count. You mentioned it, 57 pitches through 3, trying to get him out of there as soon as possible, right? And doing a good job of working counts, even if it results in outs.
First pitch of the at-bat. In there for strike 1. Delayed a bit on the strike call, but Tate Bestie leading things off this half inning.
Kind of has been throughout the day, right, on that, taking his time, being deliberate at the plate. His best, he's going to drive that one over to short.
2 hops to the shortstop, over to first base, pulls the first baseman off the bag, but he applies the tag for the out. Way to save the play over there at first base for Schlosser for out number 1.
Yeah, I thought maybe Yankton was going to catch a break on that one to no avail. Good play to be able to recover on that and swing around and get Bestie.
Here's Carter Boomsman out of the plate. Speedy left fielder, batting 6th in the lineup today.
And you'll see both him and Kura this inning. They both worked good counts last time up. Both resulted in outs, but really kind of kept that pitch count climbing here for Waddell.
1-0 count here to Boomsma as he takes ball 2 off the plate.
Yeah, and got ahead 2-0 in both of his first at-bats here today. Brayden patient at the plate for Carter Boomsma, the speedy left fielder for Yankton, as he fouls that one off back over behind us.
That's $1 for a young fan.
Yeah, maybe a young buck or gazelle will be able to catch that one. And
one of the young buck bat boys just popped his head out of the
yeah,
dugout real
he's
quick, looking for it.
He's aware. He knows what's up.
Another one fouled off by Boomsma. This one stays in the yard. It's down by the feet of the catcher. Yeah, I think that one hit off the thigh of the catcher. He's going to go talk to his head coach real quick. Strike number 2.
So like that, like, hey man, that kind of
hurt.
Kind of hurt. You good? Oh yeah, no, just take it.
Catchers are the toughest players in probably all of sports.
Yeah.
I will never understand why it is so. I don't know if taboo is the right word to wear knee savers, but I feel like every catcher should wear knee savers. It's okay to help yourself, guys.
Yeah, the only one I would put up there is like an interior offensive lineman or something like
if you're
that.
an offensive guard in the NFL or a center,
yeah.
Especially with the rise of the tush push and you're just on the bottom of a 2-ton pile. Yeah. Swing and a miss there for Boomsma for strike 3. Took 5 pitches to retire him, but Waddell, another punch out for him, his 5th of the game.
Yeah, and working a lot quicker this inning so far. Just through 7 this inning, and got a quick out on Bessie, and then that strikeout on Boomsma. Now going to be dealing to Yankton's second baseman, Jackson Kudera here.
First pitch to Kudera, finds the zone for strike 1. Kudera was laying off there right away.
Yeah, caught the inside part of the plate there on that one.
Working quickly here for Waddell, and I know you brought it up already this half inning, but that's kind of been the juxtaposition of him. When there's been runners on, much more deliberate, but it feels like when there's nobody on, Waddell is ready just to rock and fire right away.
Well, now he look at it, I think he knows his pitch count was climbing as we're kind of getting towards the later stage of this game. No, I think he knows on the mound that they're going to need him. Will Rapid City Stevens here today, so maybe trying to get through this inning a little bit quicker and making quick work here as Kudera takes a ball.
68th pitch of the game is fouled off by Kudera. Count at 1-2. And if you can get out of here in the next 2 pitches, be 70 or less pitches.
Through 4, yeah, that's
through 4,
pretty.
you're on good pace.
Yeah.
The 1-2 home. Strike 3 looking. Another punch out for Brady Waddell. He has been dominant on the mound for the Stevens Raiders. They still trail 1-0. They'll try to change that when we come back in the top of the 5th. Yankton up 1-0 over Rapid City Stevens. This is Bucks Baseball. KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 1 minute.
Water isn't supposed to be in floors or in ceilings, but leaks and accidents happen.
If that happens, you should call FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration.
They clean it up and restore your home. From burst pipes to unexpected leaks, FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration responds fast. 24/7 proudly serving Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, Sioux Falls, and beyond. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
I'm Chris, the plant accountant here with Parker of Yankton. So let's do some math. 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 2,080 hours. With our night shift pay differential of $2.35 an hour, that comes out to over $400 extra in your pocket every month. Nearly $5,000 extra dollars a year, just for working the same job on a different shift. Same work, same team, just more in your paycheck. Join us and let the math work in your favor. Learn more at parker.com/careers.
Parker, engineering your success.
We got ourselves a pitcher's duel here at Ronken Field, KYNT, KYN-TV audiocast. I'm Josh Boelter as Yankton leads 1-0 here in the top of the 5th. It's Sam Goki, the reigning pitcher of the year and player of the year in Class A. Here's he gets a first pitch strike here on Schlosser. Schlosser did strike out in his first plate appearances. He takes another strike there, make it 0-2. Yankton scored the lone run of this game in the bottom of the first. It's an RBI double from Easton Feeser. Once again, Sam Goki making quick work here as he sends this one over to third. Cam Shaw picks it up on the hop. The throw to first in time on the stretch from Easton Feeser to get the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. So Goki, once again, working well, 52 pitches. If you're just joining us here, he's got 4 strikeouts so far, giving up just 2 hits and a walk here this afternoon. Yankton trying to advance to the second round tomorrow. They'll play the winner of Harrisburg and Watertown. As that pitch is in for a ball. At the plate right now is Isaac Robinson, the 8-hitter for Rapid City Stevens. Once again, thank you for tuning in here and choosing KYNT and KYN-TV as your listening choice for Yankton's journey here throughout the state tournament, as that pitch is low for a ball. I'm joined by Brayden Butler today. Here, we'll be back tomorrow if Yankton can hold on. As this one's driven, hits off of Goki's glove. It's going to rebound right over to Ronken and thrown in time for an out. My goodness. A rocket sent back towards Sam Goki. He was able to get his glove in front of that one. And it ricocheted over to Ronken for an out. As we welcome back in Brayden Butler. Brayden, close play there at the mound for Sam Goki.
For lack of a better term, Josh, as I was walking up the stairs, that sounded like a gunshot. That was the hardest hit out I've seen today.
Yeah, hit off of Goki's glove. Thank goodness there. That could have been disaster. As that one is out for a ball, Brayden. 2 quick outs for Goki, of grounder over to Kampshoff, and then that play ricocheting off his glove that ended up over to Beck Ronken at shortstop.
Well, you got us 2/3 of the way through the inning, Josh. Might as well bring us home.
We'll bring you home here.
And that has nothing to do with the fact that I ran back up here and I'm out of breath.
Yeah. Hey, it's a little bit of a trek there throughout the park, as this one's popped out into left field. Riken's backing up. He's going to be called off by Boomsma, who loses his footing, but is able to make the grab to retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors for Yankton here in the top of the 5th. They lead 1-0. Sam Goki making quick work here, this Rapid City Stevens offense. It's going to be the Yankton Bats when we come back in the bottom of the 5th. They lead 1-0. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD Plus and glutathione for cellular support and glow, to B complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset, recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN-TV. We go to the bottom of inning number 5. Yankton holding on to a 1-0 lead, but this has been a battle of two. Honestly, looking at it today, 2 of the best pitchers in the entire state. I know Sam Goki won Class A Pitcher of the Year, Josh, just before this game that was announced, but Brady Waddell has been firing on all cylinders on the mound. He's got a fastball that's been touching the 90s. He's got great off-speed stuff, and he's really mixed it well.
Yeah, outside of the first inning, Yankton really hasn't been able to touch him. No hits since that first inning. The last hit for Yankton was that RBI double from Easton Feeser in that first. But guess what? That's gone both ways here today. Sam Goki has also been pretty untouchable. Only 2 hits and a walk allowed here. And you're seeing why these are 2 of the better pitchers in the state and why Sam Goki did win Pitcher of the Year here in Class A. And both these guys looking good on the mound and looking to go the full way. It seems to kind of be the theme today, Brayden. All these teams are throwing their aces today, trying to get to tomorrow.
And, you know, it's probably rare that you're 4.5 innings through a game, and there's probably not a single thing either coach would change about what their pitcher has done so far. This has been an incredible back and forth between these 2 teams and these 2 pitchers. His first pitch is in there for strike 1. This is Liam Villanueva to lead things off. He swings through strike 2. Simon Kampshoff in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, and Waddell, you've seen the heat. He's been going breaking ball here to Liam early, who did reach on an error. Swing and a miss, fastball low on that one. sends Villanueva packing.
And that one, I know we've said he's been touching 90. That's 89 on the gun. So let's round up for posterity as Waddell is pitching very, very well for Rapid City Stevens. First pitch in there for strike one to Simon Kampshoff. Top of the order in the on-deck circle. We will see Beck Reichen. In the hole currently is Sam Goki. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. And
obviously, Brayden, you know, if they can get Kampshoff on here, if he's able to get on, so he swings and misses at a breaking ball low and outside. If he was somehow able to get on, you turn that lineup over with a guy on and one out. We've seen the top of this lineup, despite only one run, have some success. Like we said, Fieser and Goki both with hits. Beck was able to draw a walk the last time up. You know, maybe you can get something going here and get a couple insurance runs, because as quick as this game's gone, we are kind of really entering the end game of this game here, where it's in the late stages and it's kind of go time for both teams.
You don't want to think too far ahead as Kampshoff sends this one out into left field. It's looping, but it's going to drop into the glove of the shortstop. But Rapid City Stevens has it on their mind. They are 6 outs away from dropping this game and having their season come to an end. It is 1-0 here in the bottom of the fifth, and the Raiders only guaranteed 2 more trips to the plate.
And trying to see here, there is a guy warming up for Stevens, as I can pull up their roster here. It looks like 16 over there. Looks like Connor Knavlin warming up in the pen here for Rapid City Stevens.
I believe Knavlin was serving as the left fielder, but that change has been made as there's a pop out to the second baseman in shallow right field. Retires Beck Reichen, but Convalin, was starting out in left field. Villette came in for him, and now Convalin obviously warming up. He might see his arm on the mound shortly. But 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. That's been the story of the game so far, Josh. 1-0 as we go to the top of the sixth. Yankton 6 outs away from advancing to the state semifinals.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. So move with Mason and the Move Group.
Move with Mason.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's the top of the sixth here from Ronken Field. This game has been moving quickly. We are just over an hour into this one. First pitch was 4:47, if memory serves me correct. An hour and 10 minutes in, and Rapid City Stevens potentially down to their last 6 outs.
Yeah, both pitchers, Waddell and Goki, working well and making quick work of both lines. This one's sent out to center field, Brayden.
This might change that as Bestie on his horse. It's over his head and down. Bestie slips and loses his footing. It's a leadoff double for Rapid City Stevens. Their first hit in a while off of Sam Goki.
Yeah, and a well-hit ball out to center field. That's one of those where at a lot of parks at the high school level, that might have been out, Brayden, but here at Ronken Field, no avail. Credit to Tate Bestie. He fell. When he fell, I thought that was going to be 3 bases easy. He recovers quickly, makes a good throw in, and limits or holds the runner at second. But now Sam Goki really in trouble for the first time in this game today, Brayden.
Yeah, runner in scoring position. Leadoff man, that was Floor with his first hit of the game. Now stepping up to the plate, the left-hander, Comparetto. And some signals from the third base coaching box. Goki comes set on the mound. Checks the lead runner at second, now fires home. And that one just outside for ball 1.
Yeah, kind of close there on the mound. From here, it looked like it was maybe in the zone, but once again, a better viewpoint down there at home plate for the umpire.
They got a better looking at the pitches inside compared to outside here to the lefty Comparetto, as that one forces him to twist out of the way for another ball.
Yeah, and obviously Brayden here, Goki, you're hoping for a strikeout, maybe a pop out or a grounder over to the left side, where it's one of those where you can hold the runner at second. You don't want him advancing with just one out or no outs, obviously, here, and trying to avoid that.
That one misses the zone, not by much for ball 3, and now Goki at risk of putting a second runner on. He's only at 63 pitches, so he's definitely had heavier workloads going into the 6th inning before, but this is a trouble spot if he walks this batter.
Yeah, and it's tough sometimes when you get deeper in the lineup or deeper in the game. A lineup's had a few times to look at you on the mound. They can adjust to some of the things you're doing, and now if you're Goki, got to make the adjustment on your end and try to get out of this inning.
This is the 3rd time through the order, but with a guy like Goki on the mound, you're willing to trust him throughout the rest of this game. We'll see here. Goki fires home. This one, chopper right side of the infield. Up with it is Kudera at second, over to first in time. Runner advances to third. So the first run of the game and the tying run. 90 feet away for Rapid City Stevens with 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, and the most important thing, you get the out there, but Stevens did a good job advancing the runner here. And once, like you said, just 90 feet away from tying this game. Anything really put in play outside of a pop out, probably bringing the runner home and tying this game.
As Floor now on third, it was a ground out for Comparetto.
And you do see the Yankton infield playing really far in here, Brayden, trying to get the runner out at home potentially.
And that's going to go to the disadvantage of Yankton, slapped right past the second baseman. It's an RBI single for Breger.
Nice piece of hitting there. First pitch, aggressive, just gets it past Kudera, who, like we talked about, was playing up, trying to get a throw at home, and it's a tough play to make, and just like that, it's tied.
You know, this tent that we have over us, this cover that we have, it was helpful when it was raining and cloudy, but now the sun's out, Josh, and I kind of wish we were in the sun.
Yeah, agreed with that. And I think this is absolutely, I think the first game, honestly, since football season where we've been outside. I think maybe week 1 against Huron in the football season, unless there's one maybe that I'm misremembering where we were outside. But not a lot of times we get to call a game in the sunshine, and that's the case today, though.
If John Winkler's tuned in on his way back to Pier right now, he's ungrateful.
He's like, I gave you my tent.
I gave you my tent to use. That one misses the zone for ball 2. The real fun part is when I try to figure out how to tear this down. John explained it. It's easy, but,
Yeah, we'll
I make easy difficult daily.
That is the motto here for us KYNT people. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if it's KYNT in general or just me and you, brother.
Yeah.
That one fouled off.
Welcome to KYNT. We make easy.
We make easy difficult. This is Waddell at the plate as he fouled off that last pitch. 2-1 count to him. Breger leads off a first after his RBI single. Tied us up at 1 each.
And Goki laboring a little bit here as he decides kind of look off the runner at first and keep him over there. But yeah, Goki kind of laboring here for the first time today. Gives up that run and evens up the count there with a strike. But yeah, now Stevens, though, getting that run to try to give themselves a chance here as they were kind of coming down to their last few outs.
Yeah, now Yankton has to score again if they want to win this game.
Have not recorded a hit since the first inning either, Brayden, and offense kind of strong. Obviously with Waddell, a really good pitcher on the mound and hitting upper 80s, occasionally touching 90 on the gun. That's tough.
That one misses outside for a ball. Full count here from Sam Goki. This, honestly, most of the games we call with Goki on the mound, this feels like uncharted territory. If he's holding a team to 1 run through 6 innings, usually the Yankton bats have a couple runs on the board.
I mean, Brayden, that's his 4th earned run of the season. It's one of those is check swings, no avail, so that's going to put another runner on here for Rapid City Stevens with 1 out. And just like that, Yankton in a little bit of trouble once again here.
And we're going to get a mound visit here from head coach Drew Lawrence. Don't think he's going to take the ball out of Goki's hand here, but definitely wants to settle the nerves of his star pitcher. We're going to take a break while he talks to him. Just 30 seconds, and we're coming back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Tied at 1. We're back in 30.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With OptiMap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your OptiMap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
Out of that break, 1-1 your score, 2 runners on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. The Stevens Raiders have been shut out up to this point, but an RBI single and now 2 runners on have put Sam Goki in a bind. But first pitch swinging, can't find the contact on that one for strike 1.
And obviously here, Brayden in some trouble, looking for something, maybe a ground ball towards one of the middle infielders here, trying to turn 2 and get out of this inning with the game tied. Give those bats a chance here in the bottom of the 6th.
It's something that usually you don't say about an 18-year-old high school student, but the guy on the mound right now, I don't know if there's many people his head coach trusts more than him in any situation, because Sam Goki's just been that steady guy. But
yeah, and he's got the plaque to prove it.
He's got multiple plaques to prove it, as that one was fouled away. Goki, in case you're tuning in a little late here, Sam Goki was named for the 2nd straight year Class A Player of the Year. Overall Player of the Year, also won Pitcher of the Year for Class A.
And we did, if you want to see some pictures from that, post those on our Facebook page at KYNT 1021 and 1450. So those pictures are online if you want to go see those.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. A punch out for Sam Goki. Way to battle back after putting 2 runners on. Now 2 down in the inning as Stevens looks to capitalize on their situation, but Goki looks to slam the door.
Yeah, and a first strikeout there in a hot minute for Sam Goki. Gets the breaking ball there, and now just 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
First pitch strike in there for Goki.
Obviously, Brayden, Yankton just trying to advance it tomorrow, right? Give yourself a shot at that state title tomorrow. Would have to play 2 games to get it done, but just got to worry about what's in front of you here with a good Rapid City Stevens team.
Here's the 0-1 home for Goki. Does not miss by much. Villette takes it, though, for your ball 1.
Yeah, and I feel like the umpires maybe gotten a little bit more loose with that zone. Was calling it, or maybe should I say tighter, actually, is what the word I'm looking for on those. But as this game's kind of gone along, on both sides, too, but a little bit of a tighter zone.
That's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. If you're going to call it for both teams, and umpires done that. These are the best of the best. This is the state tournament for the umpires, too, as it's a 1-2 count now.
But yeah, now Goki just 1 strike away from getting out of this jam, and that'd be big if he can get it with back-to-back punch-outs here to keep this game tied.
Goki set for the 1-2. Fires home inside. A little low as well for a ball. 2-2 count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the inning. 2 runners on base for Rapid City Stevens. Goki comes set. He'll fire home. Ball 3. Left that one a little high there, Josh, to make the count full.
Yeah, now in danger of walking the bases loaded here with 2 outs, but on the flip side of that, once again, just 1 strike away. Here's both sides kind of getting loud here at Riverside Field. Or excuse me, I'm used to calling games at Riverside Field. At Ronken Field, here as Goki looks down the runner over at second base, reset for a minute, but yeah, things, stakes are high, tension's high here in Sioux Falls as both teams trying to get to tomorrow.
Payoff pitch, back in the middle, takes the glove off of Goki. He's able to pick it up with the bare hand, though, over to first in time. Sam Goki gets out of the jam, but Stevens ties us at 1. It's 1-1 heading to the bottom of the 6th. This is where champions are made, Josh. We're back in 60 seconds with Yankton at the plate.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the Bar in downtown Yankton.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Bottom of inning number 6. Yankton and Rapid City Stevens are tied in the Class A quarterfinals. Josh, one of these teams has to lose, but I don't feel like either of them deserves it.
Right. Played a really good game, and sometimes, you talk about baseball, you think the fun games are the ones with fireworks, with high scoring. No, for me, it's games like this where you see two pitchers with elite stuff just making plays, and we saw it with Sam Goki last inning as he's at the plate. Has a line drive hit back at him with 2 outs and 2 on in a tie game. Line drive knocks off his glove. He's still able to recover and get the throw out in time and give himself now a chance at the plate. That one's called a strike. Make it 1 apiece, Brayden. But this is Yankton, their best shot right now as it stands. Bottom of the 6th. You got the heart of the lineup up here. You got a chance to take the lead and try to close things out in the 7th.
Waddell fires home the 1-1. Inside for a ball. And this part of the order, Goki at the plate, Fieser on deck. Those are the two guys who combined for Yankton's lone run of the game so far. Goki got a hit. Fieser drove him home with an RBI double. See if they can do something similar here. Still, the only 2 hits of the game for Yankton.
Yeah, and easier said than done, though, Brayden. We talked about it. They have not had a hit as that one's popped into the outfield, but should be routine.
Over in right center field, it is gloved for out number 1. And up to the plate steps Easton Fieser. And he can hang a number on the board by himself, Josh. He's got the home run power on this Yankton team, but he's got to find a pitch he likes against a guy who has not really given anybody anything today in Waddell.
Yeah, Waddell's been locked down since the first inning, has not given up a hit since then, Brayden, and he gets a first pitch strike on Fieser here.
Fieser was the last guy to get a hit off of him. We'll see if he can do it again here. That was the 84th pitch of the day for Waddell, so he's got 21 more still to work with. Fieser chops that one down the first base line, foul.
Yeah, and working an 0-2 count quickly here on Fieser once again. And Brayden, was it the 4th inning? He was at 57 pitches, I think, and since then, now at 85, just making quick work of this Yankton lineup, really locked in since those first couple innings.
He's got a great pitch mix. He can vary his speeds really well, and he forces a swing and a miss from Easton Fieser there for strike number 3. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And Waddell is dealing still here for Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, and right now where it's at, obviously 1 hit can change this game, but you got to find a way to get him, I think, to throw 19 more pitches and get him out of here the way it's going.
Swung on a miss there from Johnson. Good first pitch for Waddell. Threw a breaking ball at him. 78 on the gun there for pitch number 87. Working quickly, half-hearted attempt, went around enough for a strike call and a quick 0-2 hole here for Johnson.
Yeah, and by the way, I think Yankton does have Boston Frick warming up in the pen over there, so keep an eye on that as we head to the 7th.
Goki did get into a bit of trouble last half inning. We'll see if they have him come out again as that one high and tight on Gavin Johnson ducks out of the way. 89th pitch of the game, and the kid's still throwing 89 for Waddell. Topped out, highest I've seen is 90. May have touched 91 once if I wasn't paying attention, but he's got a very good fastball here for Waddell. The 1-2 home. In there, punch him out looking. Brady Waddell has been exceptional since the first inning, Josh. Another 0 hung on the board. We go to the top of the 7th in a 1-1 ball game. Yankton will look to keep it that way before a chance to walk it off in the bottom half. We are 60 seconds away from coming back here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. We head to the top of inning number 7. We're tied at 1-1. This is where champions really get made, Josh. You got a chance to go to the state semifinals. This is the 4-5 matchup. Traditionally speaking, the 4-5 should be your most competitive matchup, and we have seen 2 pitching masterclasses from Brady Waddell and Sam Goki.
Yeah, both of these lineups having to earn everything they get here, trying to grind out a victory. Is, it's kind of cool to look on here as you see the Watertown and Harrisburg players who will take the field next watching this action. But yeah, both these lineups having to grind things out here against 2 great pitchers.
Swung on and missed there for strike number 1. But if I'm Watertown or Harrisburg watching the end of this game, you know what I'm thinking? Thank goodness neither of these guys can pitch tomorrow. Whoever wins this game between Yankton and Rapid City Stevens, neither starter will be available tomorrow, and that is a blessing for whoever they got to face. But here's the 1-1 count now after Goki misses that one for ball 1.
And we wondered coming into today what Drew Lawrence would decide to do. You're starting to see why he went Sam Goki in round 1. A lot of teams throwing their best guy today. Trying to just get to tomorrow is the most important part. You can't worry about who you have tomorrow if you don't get there. And it's one of those where Yankton trying their best efforts here with Sam Goki, who's pitched a really great game.
There's the old cliche about tournaments like this. It's just a bunch of one-game series. You got to win the series.
Yeah. And it's one of those survive in advance. Old Jimmy V said it back in the day. I know that's the NCAA tournament, but both these teams right now just looking to find a way to do something on 2 pitchers that have been largely unhittable today.
Gutsy take there from Schlosser. It was a close pitch, but it makes the count 3-1. Could have been strike 3 looking. Full count now.
And you wonder if Sam puts him on. Will we see Boston Frick? He was warming up as that one's fouled off. He is still down there in the pen, and I wonder maybe if he's waiting, if there's a guy who gets put on, either he'll be called in or asked to start warming up again.
Goki has pitched such an amazing game. So has Brady Waddell, and neither of these guys deserve a loss on their record books. As this one is into center field. Tate Bestie working his way underneath of it, and he'll glove it with the left hand for out number 1. A long fly out there to lead things off for Stevens.
And obviously at this point, Brayden, the other thing you got to think about with tomorrow, we talked about you just got to worry about getting there. But as long as Goki's not in trouble, you got to imagine they're going to let him go to that pitch limit, trying to save arms if they can going into tomorrow. As you know, the way these 2 arms are working, you don't expect them to give up much, and you might end up going deeper into this game and having to use more arms if it goes past 7.
Here's Robinson at the plate, pops this one up in foul territory, and not playable for Simon Kamshoff. Heads off the top of the third base dugout for the strike.
Yeah, quick 2 strikes here, and Goki once again just making great work. Think about this, Brayden. He's 2 outs away from what, in theory, if it didn't go to extras, would be a complete game, 1-run start, and just pitching really well.
And 99% of the time, 99 out of 100 games you do that, you're guaranteed to win, basically. Strike 3, foul tipped back into the glove. A punch out for Sam Goki. Gets out number 2. 1 out away from going to the bottom of the 7th in a tie ball game for the Yankton Bucks.
Yeah, an incredible effort from Sam Goki, pitching a great game today. Gets another strikeout there, and looked like he was going to be in a lot of trouble there at one point in that 6th inning, but has really battled back and given his team a shot here today.
Swung on and missed there at the first pitch for Unterbrunner. It's an 0-1 count.
And you got to imagine if this game does go to extras where Goki's pitch count's at, if he's able to get through this inning, Brayden, probably see him to at least start what would be the 8th inning.
That was the 93rd pitch of the day for him. He's still got 12 to work with, and we've seen multiple times throughout the season and even in this game, 12 or less pitches get him through an inning. But there's another strike for him on the board. 1-2 count now to Unterbrunner.
Yeah, and the other thing with that, Brayden, is we know it's probably going to be Boston Frick coming in here. You want to keep his pitch count down under 30 if you can, hoping to bring him in tomorrow as that one's popped up over by third base. And
Kampshoff tries to play it, and I think it was an awkward spot there. There's a concrete post that kind of juts out of the dugout, and it landed perfectly in that corner where Kampshoff couldn't really get underneath of it.
I think he thought it was going to hit the top of that concrete, and it just kind of fell in a weird spot where it was catchable. But like I said, I think he thought that was hitting that top there.
That one misses the zone for a ball. I don't know if it gets to an 8th inning at this point. I don't know if Goki would even come out to start it with this being his 97th pitch, but you never know. Even this late in his pitch count, he's been fantastic today. And ball 3 called. A full count here for Unterbrunner.
And obviously that's important, Brayden. If you want to see him next inning, you probably got to be able to get Unterbrunner out here.
The 3-2, Unterbrunner into center field. Bestie working his way underneath of it. He'll get it for the out. Yankton needs 1 run to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th.
I'm sorry, that was cold. Sam Goki, he's already walking off the mound as Bestie's looking for it. He didn't even look back. He knew Bestie had it.
He trusts his defense, and his defense makes great plays. Bestie with a routine one there, though, in center field. Yankton needs 1 run to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. We're back in 1 minute. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball, KYNT, KYN-TV.
When pain or injury slows you down, waiting isn't an option. That's why Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right here in Yankton. No appointment is needed. Just walk in and you will be seen. It's faster access to the expert care that you deserve from doctors who live and invest in this community. We're not just your doctors, we're your neighbors. I'm Dr. Brent Adams, orthopedic surgeon with the Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team and we're here for you.
Upgrading your home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, we're getting a home office moment. When it's time to renovate or relocate for your growing family, our local FNBO mortgage lenders provide the personalized experience and expert guidance to make the home financing process go smoothly. We handle the details, so you can focus on making the house your home. Your mortgage moment will be memorable, and FNBO is here to get you there. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. Equal housing lender.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, here on KYNT and KYN-TV, you chose the perfect time. It's 1-1, bottom of the 7th. Yankton has a chance to walk things off, but they got a guy in the mound in Brady Waddell who they haven't been able to get a hit off of since the first inning.
Yeah, and he's at 91 pitches here, so probably in a good spot where if he can keep things in control to work this full inning. And that one's in for a strike. Very similar spot to the first pitch that was called a ball, Brayden. But, yeah, both pitchers, once again, looking to throw what, with outside of extras, would typically be complete game. Just giving up, complete games giving up just 1 run.
It's a 1-2 count now to Bestie. It's Bestie, Boomsma, Kudera, your 3-batter minimum for the Yankton Bucks. That one low and away for a ball to Bestie.
Yankton just looking for a base runner here. Brayden gets something going. They got a good part of their lineup up here.
Becker Atkins warming up in the bullpen now as well. Something to keep an eye on. As Bestie, half-hearted swing, and he's upset with himself on that one. Swung through it for strike 3.
Yeah, and he knows it. That's one of those, it had so much break, it's tough to lay off, but when you see where it ends up, you're like, ah, dang it. But, you know, it's one of those, it's easier said than done to do, and he knows, obviously was looking for a better result on that.
First pitch, Boomsma looked more like a 9-iron than a baseball bat in his hands there as he swung at that one below the zone.
And that's exactly what I'd do with a 9-iron. It'd probably either go sideways or backwards.
Waddell into his windup with the 0-1 home. Boomsma. That one hits the zone. He takes strike 2. 0-2 count now to Boomsma with Jackson Kudera, the sophomore, in the on-deck circle.
And once again, Waddell just trying to get through this inning, mowing batters down and doing a good job out here, just like Sam Goki. That lone run coming in the first, and since then it's been a whole lot of zeros for Yankton.
Boomsma able to fight that last one off foul for an 0-2. We'll do it again. Boomsma takes ball 1. And that was a stone-cold take there from Carter Boomsma. Here's Waddell with his 100th pitch of the game. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Another strikeout for Brady Waddell.
Yeah, just another strikeout here. Probably his last batter here at 100 as there's going to be a mound visit. I mean, both these pitchers, honestly, at the end of the day, standing ovation for both. And pitching well and giving their teams a chance. Not really giving either of these lineups a chance, but giving both their teams a chance to try to get to day 2.
Brady Waddell threw 6 2/3. His first pitch is popped up by Jackson Kudera in the infield. First baseman calls out the second baseman and gloves it for the out. We got extra innings in the opening round of the Class A state tournament. Through now 7 complete innings. Here's Brady Waddell's numbers. 101 pitches, 2 hits, 1 run, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. He has been exceptional today. Sam Goki has been playing just as well on the mound, but it will be Goki in the field when we come back because Beck Reichen, I believe, taking the mound here in the top of the 8th. We're back in 30 seconds here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Yankton and Rapid City Stevens tied at 1 heading into the extra innings.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Station to station goes the middle infield and the pitcher's mound for Yankton. Beck Reichen goes from shortstop to the mound. From the mound to second base goes Sam Goki, and from second base to shortstop goes Jackson Kudera. Final stats for the day for Sam Goki. 7 complete innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 6 strikeouts to 2 walks. 98 pitches thrown, 60 for strikes. It was a great day for Sam Goki, but unfortunately, Josh, it might not be enough.
Yeah, both these pitchers, no matter what, I mean, left everything out there on the field. It's now Beck Reichen's coming in, trying to keep this one tied at 1, heading into the 8th. But, yeah, both these pitchers, and Goki and Waddell, leaving everything out there, both pitching well, just giving up 1 run. And it's a shame that one of these 2 pitchers is going to be their last game of the season. It
is it's now a 1-1 count for Beck Reichen, but it is absolutely insane that you throw 6 strikeouts, 7 innings, giving up 1 run, 4 hits, and your opposite number, when you look at the stats, has a better stat line. That is just freakish numbers from Brady Waddell today, too. He's got 11 strikeouts on his 101 pitches, giving up only 2 hits, 1 earned run.
And both these teams knew what they were coming in here today, throwing their best guy as this one's popped up and out. But, yeah, you know, it's one of those. Both these guys, great pitchers and having their best stuff today.
Reichen with the 1-2. Into his windup. He'll kick and deal. This one popped into left field. Boomsma working his way underneath of it. He'll get it for out number 1. And the big thing as well with Beck Reichen, you obviously throw him out here to try to shut things down. You got to make sure he keeps under 30 pitches. You want him available tomorrow for potential state semifinals and state championship game. But like we've said all game, you can't get to tomorrow if you lose here today.
Right. And it's one of those, I wonder if he gets closer to 30, if they'll look at it and say, okay, you're done for today, try to get to tomorrow. Because, you know, they still have some other pitchers that they trust to throw out. There's that one's a ball. But, you know, it's one of those, we'll keep an eye on that. Just at 6 so far, gets that first out.
So 1-0 count here to the second batter. And this is the 1-2-3 in the order for Stevens as Reichen throws strike 1.
Yeah, Yankton in the bottom 8th will be working towards the bottom of their lineup there with the 8 and 9 hitters to get started.
Comparetto fouls this one off down the third base line and out of play. Ricochets off the building here, field side at Augustana.
Might have even, I think it's right next to the bullpen there, might have even bounced back in, I think.
Reichen with the 1-2 home. In there, strike 3, sets him down looking for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for Beck Reichen in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, and how about that? You go from Sam Goki, and it's not much easier. As Beck Reichen just as good on the mound and gets strike 3 looking there.
First pitch of the at-bat to Carter Brager is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, and Beck hitting about 76 on the gun there on that one, and throwing mid-70s here. That one up at 78. So flirting with 80 here. It's kind of fun to see that, the gun on the scoreboard out there. You can tell exactly what people are throwing. That one's in for a strike.
1-2 count now here to Brager. Ronken into the windup. He'll wheel and deal. This one playable in right field. Giving chase is Hunoff, and he will not get there, but it lands foul.
Yeah, and I think Fieser thought he had a shot at it too there, and I think that might have thrown things off a little bit. But, yeah, just kind of in a weird spot out there. Like we talked about, a lot more foul territory on the right field side here at Ronken Field.
I would say no harm, no foul in the end for the Yankton defense, but it literally went foul, but 1-2 count.
Yeah, now Ronken just one strike away still, though, from getting out of this inning. Brayden working a 1-2-3.
Ronken's able to get the out here. It would give Yankton another chance to walk things off in the bottom of the 8th. That's one of the perks of being the higher seed. Did not miss by much with a 2-2 count.
And he wanted that one. Maybe took a little bit of a step off the mound there, but didn't get the call.
Ronken now set for the 2-2 home. Swung on and missed. No doubt about that one for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Raiders. And Yankton, another chance to walk it off. Now in the bottom of inning number 8. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball. KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 1 minute.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome back here on KYNT, KYN-TV. Yankton with a chance to walk it off. It's 8-9-1 in the order. Liam Villanueva comes to the plate to lead things off. Simon Kampshoff on deck. Beck Ronken in the hole. That is pitch 102 for Waddell on the mound. And once you hit 105, you could finish the batter, but that's it for the day.
Might as well bring him in, give him the shot here, use the maximum for him. And now if you're Liam, you kind of want to try to find a way, right, to get him to 105 in this at-bat. That way he can't face another batter in Kampshoff, but going to have to find a way to battle through 2 more pitches to do that.
The 0-2 almost clips Villanueva.
And he will with that one, Brayden.
This will be the last batter that Waddell faces in what has been a magnificent game on the mound. 1 run on 2 hits, 11 strikeouts so far. Waddell with his 105th pitch of the game. Back up the middle, into the glove of the shortstop, over to first base. High throw, Villanueva's safe at first. An error in the field, and your starter has to be pulled due to pitch count. That is a bad mix for Rapid City Stevens, but Yankton will have to face a new arm on the mound as Waddell has hit the maximum.
And that's the second time we've seen that with Liam Villanueva. An error in the field leads to him getting on base, and in a big spot here, just like that, Liam on base. It looks like we're going to get a pinch runner for him here, Brayden. Yankton, you know how aggressive they are on the base paths, maybe trying to get this one done right here.
Yeah,
definitely trying, I should say.
Will Sager on first base, and the Stevens coaching staff came out, and I think they're going to want an official pitch count here. They're going to want somebody to check it. The scoreboard out in right field has him at 105, but they're going to want to confirm the official pitch count to make sure.
We're talking right underneath us here.
Wish we could drop a microphone down to him real quick. Hey, what are you saying?
Yeah, I can. If you can drop a mic to me, I'll jump down there real quick.
And now umpires are going to be talking too.
Conversation being had here, obviously, with Drew Lawrence and the home plate umpire.
I think they're going to say officially at 105, they're going to take the ball from Waddell. His day is done, and what a day it was. We'll see who's on the mound now for Rapid City Stevens in 1 minute. Yankton with a chance to walk it off when we come back. Back in 60 seconds from Ronken Field on the campus of Augustana University.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury,
check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, right here in Yankton, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Rhonda and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Rhonda Westland, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Connor Convalin, the new man on the mound for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The day is done for the starter for the Raiders. Brady Waddell threw right at his maximum, 105 pitches. An error in the field put a man on first base in Liam Villanueva. He's now been courtesy ran for Will Sager, but Waddell threw 7 complete innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned through 105 pitches, 74 of them for strikes, 11 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Yeah, you look at just an incredible day for both pitchers between him and Goki, and fortunately his day ends on an error in the field, but gave it all he could to give Rapid City Stevens a chance here, and now they're going to have to trust Canavelan to get out of this in a jam, but has a shot here. Is obviously Kamshoff looking to sacrifice bunt here, gets Sager over to second.
Kamshoff showing bunt. Convalin, more similar to Sam Goki, topping on his fastball, that one for 83 miles per hour. A couple mile per hour lower than we were seeing from Waddell, but as Kamshoff shows bunt again, pulls back in time for ball 2. 2-0 count now to the Yankton third baseman.
Right, and if this gets to a 3-0 count, Brayden, that changes things a little bit, right? Where you have a runner on first and second, if you can get to that walk. But yeah, that 3-0 count changes things where you might be a little bit less aggressive on a bunt attempt potentially.
Throw over to first, not there in time. Will Sager dives back in safely. And Josh, you got a sophomore at first base, or a guy who just finished a sophomore year at first base. Guy who just finished a sophomore year at the plate. It's hard sometimes when you're a young guy like this not to have the hero complex, to want to make the big play. But I think both these guys have been playing very smart. Sager staying close to the bag, doesn't want to get thrown out on the base paths. And now Kamshoff has worked a 3-0 count.
And if he can get on, I would expect Beck Reichen to look bunt as well, trying to advance those runners to second and third as that one's in for a strike. And yeah, just one ball away here from putting Rapid City Stevens in a lot of danger.
Simon Kamshoff digs back in. Convalin on the mound, comes set. He'll kick and fire. Kamshoff shows bunt, pulls back in time. It's a walk for Simon Kamshoff, and that's going to bring Beck Reichen to the plate. Coming off the mound and now into the batter's box. Nobody out, and a chance to send his team to the state semifinals.
And Brayden, I know he's a great hitter, but I think with Goki at the plate, I wonder if you're going to see a bunt attempt here from Beck Reichen trying to advance those runners and potentially avoid a double play ball.
Corner infielders, third baseman playing pretty far back, first baseman playing a little closer. Reichen does show bunt, pulls back. It's a ball.
Yeah, and first base creeping all the way up near the bound. Playing back over at third, though, and
If you play too close at third, you run the risk of the steal at third base and nobody's there to cover it. So it's a real catch-22 for the infield for Rapid City Stevens.
And Ronken once again looking bunt, but Canaveral having trouble finding the zone as that's out for another ball here. And once again, I wonder if you'll see another situation here where maybe now you'll see Beck kind of pull back on that bunt until he gets a strike. We're going to get a mound visit here.
Just a conversation on the mound with the head coach. Convlin finds himself in a 2-0 hole on the mound. It's the biggest moments of the game so far. Yankton has 1 run on just 2 hits, no errors. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors for Rapid City Stevens. This has been a pitcher's duel throughout. Waddell and Goki both on the mound are both through 7 full innings, and usually that's a complete game, but it took us to the 8th here as Yankton's trying to walk it off in the bottom half.
Yeah, no, one of those Yankton. Now if you're Beck, you're looking at probably, unless you throw a strike here, you're probably laying off here. See if you can get that 3-0 count and try to force a walk, but we'll see as they play this once again. Rapid City Stevens creeping up at first base, but playing back at third, like you said. And this bunt's looking to lay it down a bunt. That one's fouled off, Brayden. Just barely nicked the bat.
And Ronken a little upset with himself on that. Kind of did a little skip to my Lou there. His underside of the bat, foul tip, means a 2-1 count.
Obviously, that changes things a little bit here. 1 strike away from taking away that bunt possibility for Beck Ronken, but Ronken's still looking bunt here.
And gets that one down, but foul down the third base line. And that's where Beck wants to put it, is down the third base line, because that third base has to play so far back. But now in a 2-2 count, most likely takes the bunt out of the question.
Yeah, it takes out of the question because obviously that third foul bunt would be a strikeout here. And now Ronken, the at-bat completely changes just after 2 pitches. A quality mound visit there for Rapid City Stevens.
Convlin comes set, working out of the stretch, 2 runners on. Ronken does show bunt again, despite a 2-strike count. Pulls back in time to take ball 3. Gutsy there from Ronken and the Bucks to still show bunt in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, and then to be able to lay off and take a pitch there, that was close both ways. And now a full count here.
We'll get the payoff pitch. Ronken swings away into left field. Will they send the man around third? No, they hold him at third. The bases are loaded. Huge single there for Beck Ronken. And you couldn't have wrote it better if you tried, Josh. Bases loaded, and the Class A Player of the Year is heading to the plate with a chance to walk it off.
Right, and outside of an infield fly here, Brayden, run probably scores. The infield is going to play up here for Rapid City Stevens. We saw this same situation in the top of the 6th on the other side of things. But once again, who else would you want to try to end this game but Sam Goki? Bases loaded, no outs. Yankton trying to advance to tomorrow.
Conwood. This one into left center field. High fly ball. It's gloved in center. Sager takes off for third. The throw will not be in time. Sam Goki walks him off in the bottom of the 8th. Yankton moves on to the state semifinals.
How about Sam Goki? 7 innings of 1-run ball. He puts that one in play, the bat flip. Then you see the clap from Drew Lawrence, the fist pump, and the win for the Bucks. And once again, advancing to the semifinals tomorrow. Who will they play? We'll find out next. But Yankton doesn't care about that. They've got a game tomorrow night at 6 p.m., same place here. What a win for the Bucks today.
And you got to give credit where credit is due to Rapid City Stevens. They played a fantastic game of baseball today, Josh, off the back of their pitcher, Brady Waddell. And unfortunately for them, it still ends in a 2-1 loss in the bottom of the 8th with a walk-off. Sac fly RBI for Sam Goki. This was a lot of fun today. We're going to break it down in your post-game show. It'll be a quicker post-game show, but we're going to go to break, collect our thoughts, come back in a couple minutes, and wrap things up here from Ronken Field. Yankton moves on to the state semifinals with a 2-1 win in 8 innings over Rapid City Stevens. Back after this break.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
When it comes to Medicare, you deserve local, personal help, not a call center. I'm Jen Great with Missouri River Associates, right here in your community. I'll sit down with you, answer your questions, and help you find the coverage that fits your life. Call 665-6885 to schedule your free consultation. Missouri River Associates, your hometown Medicare resource.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. People before transactions. Visit themovegroup.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures the risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
From sprains to fractures, getting the right care quickly makes all the difference. That's why we offer Yankton Medical Clinic orthopedic walk-in care, weekdays from 8 to 5. Walk in and be seen, no appointment needed. It's expert care, faster access, and a team that's part of your community. Because here, you're more than a patient, you're our neighbor. I'm Dr. Benjamin Lancaster, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's time for your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Brayden Butler and Josh Boelter here on the call for you as Yankton wins 2-1 in 8 innings. A walk-off sacrifice fly for Sam Goki brings in Will Sager. What a performance today from both starting pitchers. Brady Waddell for Rapid City Stevens and Sam Goki for Yankton. Both of them were exceptional on the mound. Neither team could really get to the other guy. And then late, when both those guys get pulled, it's the bullpens that have to come in and make plays. And unfortunately for Rapid City Stevens, the play gets made against them.
Yeah, and credit to both starting pitchers for giving their teams a shot, sending this thing to extras, 1 run apiece, 7 innings apiece. And you look at it here, that error really started things over at short on the throw to first, gets Liam Villanueva safe, then a couple of walks. There, a big hit or a walk to Simon Kamshoff, and then a nice piece of hitting from Beck Reichen with a 3-2 count. And then eventually, all it took was one pitch for Sam Goki, just put it in the outfield. And why not? The guy who started the game and gave Yankton a chance all day is the one who closes it out at the plate.
Storybook ending. I said as he was coming to the plate, Josh, you can't write it better than this. And he made the play that was necessary. A sac fly RBI, that isn't the flashiest play in the book. But that's kind of how it feels with Sam Goki. He doesn't always make the flashy play. He always makes the right play, and he always is very effective with whatever he's doing. But, we'll get right into it when we talk about your stats first. We'll start off with your stats here. Your stat recap, courtesy of Mayor Signs. They offer all types of signage, lit, non-lit, digital, much more. Contact Mayor Signs today. Consider the possibilities with them. They're at 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Josh, looking at the final stats in this one.
Yeah, Yankton with just 3 hits here. Brayden Beck Reichen with that hit there in extras to load the bases. Sam Goki had a hit to start the game, had the RBI in the game-winning sac fly, of course. Manise and Fieser had that RBI double in the first inning. Liam Villanueva did reach twice on a couple of errors on the infield, but other than that, not much going for the bats today, and that was kind of the theme overall. Just 4 hits as well for Rapid City Stevens. That's credit to Beck Reichen and Sam Goki. Goki, of course, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, giving up 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Then Beck Ronken came in and struck out 2 in an inning of work as well. So an incredible performance on the mound for those 2 guys.
Let's get into your players of the game, starting on the offensive side of things. Can confirm, Drew Lawrence is coming up here at some point, so we're going to stick.
We will have live Drew Lawrence.
Which, is there anything better?
No.
But anyway, offensive player of the game is going to be Sam Goki, and he's going to win your defensive player of the game as well.
Yes.
We're just going to bury the lead there. But offensive player of the game from High V, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 RBI, the sac fly to walk it off. The guy was, played very well at the plate. I know nobody really got to their usual spots at the plate, especially when this Yankton team put up 32 runs just last weekend, but he was the guy today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those we talked about it. You throw your ace today because you want to get to tomorrow, and Sam Goki gave him that best chance, and he was incredible. You talk about the hit in the first inning that led to a run, and then the sac fly there to close things out. But an incredible performance for Sam, and well-deserving.
We'll go to your defensive player of the game as well real quick. It's going to be Sam Goki again. 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. Just a fantastic day for him as he is once again the Class A player of the year and Class A pitcher of the year this year. There's few guys in the state you'd rather have at the plate or on the mound in big moments, and perfect guy to talk to about that is his head coach, Drew Lawrence, coming in for your postgame coach interview from Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Coach, we're going to start things off with Sam Goki. Just first of all, congratulations to him. Another year winning Class A Player of the Year. I look back through the archives. I couldn't find since 2001 anybody who's won it back-to-back.
He's the first.
So he is the first ever.
Samuel's the first ever to win it back-to-back. Yeah, I knew that last week when we were talking, but I couldn't share that with you. He's back-to-back Player of the Years because of what everyone just saw. Goes out there, competes, gives up 1 run through 7 innings. It's nice to have him.
And then able to come up in a clutch moment in the end. And we talked about it a little bit before you got up here, Josh and I did, it's not the flashy play, but it feels like it rarely is with Sam. He's just so good at the little things, doing the right thing at the right time. And a sac fly RBI, it ends things off. And I said it when he was coming to the plate, you couldn't write it any better for that situation than Sam Goki at the plate.
No, and we were happy to have him. We got to the bases loaded. If Beck probably gets that bunt down, they probably walk Samuel. But then we're in a still good position where we have Feeser to drive him in. So we ended up in a really good position there at the end. But we battled. And Stevens battled too. Like, Stevens took some really good pitches from Samuel that we haven't seen a lot of teams do. So some balls that were curve balls that we usually get a lot of swings and misses on, they took. They hit the ball hard, and they're a good team. But thankful that we came out on top.
Yeah, Stevens was able to force Goki to almost double his season walk total. He issued 2 today for any idea of how good he's been this year. But I do want to give credit to the guy on the other end, Brady Waddell, threw 105 pitches, 11 strikeouts. He was a tough nut to crack for you guys tonight.
Yeah, we got him early. Samuel got a hit, and then Feeser hit a double. And then he kind of settled in. When you have a guy that's throwing 88 to 90 miles an hour with really good off speed, he is pitching in this game because of that. He was really good. So thankful that we were able to get him out there at the end so that we could get to somebody else that wasn't him. So
Beck Ronken comes in and is able to shut things down for you in extra innings in the top of the 8th inning. You kept him pretty low on his pitch count, so he should be available tomorrow too. And I assume that was the goal for you guys, keep Beck low so he'd still be available tomorrow.
Not really. You got to win this one to get to the next one. So Beck was going to stay out there until he was done, until the game was over, or we thought that we needed to go somewhere else. But if Beck would have had to throw 60 pitches, he was going to throw 60 pitches because there's no need saving anyone for tomorrow if you're not going to be playing. So we did decide to go to Beck there. He's been our, they've been our 1-2 punch all year. So why not go to Beck when we're in that situation? And it worked out well for us.
Last couple years, it's been first round exits in the state tournament for you guys at the high school level anyway. I know deeper runs in the Legion tournaments, but how does it feel this time to advance to day 2 and now you're 1 win away from a state championship opportunity?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm happy for the guys.
All right, looking ahead to tomorrow, it's either Harrisburg or Watertown. I assume you guys are going to stick around and do a little scouting for this next game. And, Coach, do you have any final thoughts before we sign off and head to tomorrow?
No, we don't care who we play. We don't care which one it is. We're going to be ready to play. It's going to be a good game. So.
It's head coach Drew Lawrence of the Yankton Bucks here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Yankton moves on to the state semifinals tomorrow afternoon here at Ronken Field on the campus of Augustana University in Sioux Falls. Josh, we gave our offensive and defensive players of the game. We got to give it our H&H Hustler of the game as well, courtesy of H&H Roofing. They got you covered. And usually we look for guys who the most total bases, the most steals, but there weren't a lot of base runners and things today. And you're signaling me for something. What are you thinking?
So we had an idea. I have an idea where you could almost go Coa 1, but a guy who beat out 2 errors at one point, Brayden, Liam Villanueva. I mean, my goodness.
Was able to beat it out down the first base line a couple of times. And Will Sager's the winning run. He was on base because Liam Villanueva was able to get on. The courtesy ran Sager for him, and it works out in the end. So got to give a lot of credit to Liam Villanueva there. That's a good shout on that one, because that was a award we were talking about a little bit of where's this one going to end up going today. But I'm agreeing with you on Liam Villanueva. I'll give a shout out to Will Sager because he's another guy we mentioned for just being able to get home on the sac fly RBI, but Liam Villanueva, good shout.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, there's a reason why you will hear baseball dads, and in my case, baseball mom, when I was a kid, I will hear her say all the time, that's why you always run it out. And that's exactly it right there. Liam did that twice today, one resulting in that eventually when Sager came in, leading to the game-winning run for the Bucks here tonight.
Schedule preview courtesy of Parker Hannafin. Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Find out more about them at parker.com. Parker Engineering your success. So the website, this is the South Dakota High School Baseball Association website, has it listed as a 6 p.m. first pitch here at Ronken Field. Traditionally, these games, the first 2 games have gone, well, this one was sub 2 hours, but a very fast-moving sub 2 hours as it goes into extra innings. Game 1 between Pierre and Sioux Falls Jefferson, I think, went about 2:10, so might be right around on target for 6 p.m. tomorrow. We are going to tentatively pencil in a 5:30 p.m. pregame here at Ronken Field, and we'll keep you updated on social medias if that gets pushed back at all, depending on how the first game of the day goes between Sioux Falls Jefferson and the winner of tonight's game between Brandon Valley and O'Gorman. But 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, as of right now, is going to be your pregame 6 p.m. first pitch here at KYNT and KYN-TV.
Yeah, look, season goes on tomorrow. You got your shot. We're probably going to, like you said, we'll see back on the mound probably tomorrow, as well as a couple other guys throughout the day. Look, it's all about surviving and advancing in these type of tournaments, and Yankton did that today, and now have a shot tomorrow. We'll see what they can do. Obviously, we'll see what happens in this next game and who they'll play, whether that's the 1 seed Harrisburg or the 8 seed in Watertown.
Thank you for joining us today on KYNT and KYN-TV. Thank you to Cash McDonald, running everything back at the Yankton studios, making sure we're running properly on KYNT. Thank you to our sponsors, and of course you, the listener. Without you, this broadcast is not possible. And I want to give one final thank you to John Winkler of KCCR and Pierre, our sister station under the Riverfront Broadcasting umbrella. He allowed us to continue using his tent, so we didn't have to set our own up. And how we're going to get this back to them, we'll figure it out. But that's a bridge we got to cross when we get there. Big thank you to him for all of his support today, and hope he's having a safe trip back to Pierre, as he got on the road pretty quickly after we started pregame here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Until tomorrow afternoon, I've been Brayden Butler for Josh Boelter. This has been a presentation of Yankton Bucks Baseball on KYNT and KYN-TV. KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450 is a Riverfront Broadcasting station. Until tomorrow night when the Yankton Bucks play in the state semifinals, stay safe, be good people, and have a great night, everybody. We'll talk at you later.